Hello everyone, this is Zakir Hussain, Physics faculty at Resonance. So once again in introduction, I am going to explain about the physics. As I have told, Zakir Hussain is my name and doing the IT is my game basically. So here we are actually, first of all, we want to talk about what kind of paper we got in the physics. Now, there was a bit of a surprise happen in the morning shift that the paper was slightly tougher than what we got up until now. There were questions from the 12, there were questions from 11, but it seems like they have kind of like ramp up their difficulty level, which was kind of like expected that soon enough they are going to do that. Because look, if you're going to get easy paper every single time, what happens in normalization is you are happy that you got 80 marks, or maybe you get 50 marks or something like more than first attempt, January attempt. But if you are getting the easier paper, believe me, it is easy for everyone, which means in case of normalization, your percentile is going to get less. So this is the one thing which is kind of like we have to think about it. And if I have to tell my opinion, I would be saying this, that it's a good thing that the paper came a bit harder. Because let me tell you something about hard paper, that if the paper is hard, it's a bit lengthy, which means whatever preparation you did is going to pay off a lot. There will be less people who are going to get marks, going to get rank because of random stuff, compared to the people who actually kind of like did the preparation well. The hard paper, I really appreciate a candidate which did a kind of like preparation in general, in simple terms. So we have seen the questions obviously repeated from the thermodynamics, modern physics, and the semiconductor. Of course, we saw that, and soon enough we are going to start them here. Now, regarding physics, one more time, I would say like what kind of a preparation you have to make, because nowadays looks like they are increasing the difficulty level. This is a 6th April. After that, there is gonna be two more papers you are going to get, which is on the 8th April. So, if you are a candidate for the 8th April, listen very carefully. It seems the difficulty is increasing. So you have to go with that mindset that you are actually going to get a slightly difficult paper. Try not to attempt all the question. Believe me, this is one of the common mistakes students do when they are giving the paper for the first time, or giving the paper right after 12th class, because they are very excited and they wanted to hit every question like a truck. But don't do that. We have to play in a smart way. So always and always I would suggest you actually check all the questions, like all of them, and use an option called mark for review, because it's given for using obviously. Now if you do that, you will be gaining sort of like a perspective before you even do the paper. Like, is the paper is tough, is the paper is not tough? If you feel like it's a paper is tough, go for all the questions, which means I would highly suggest you do 20 to 23 questions. Believe me, the cutoff is going to get higher the moment you feel it's going to be easy. But if it is not, don't do the mistake. Let me give you an example. In 2025, NTA gave the NEET paper. Of course, this is JEE we are talking about, so why we are talking about NEET? It's an example. The NEET paper generally in terms of physics get easier, but in 2025 it was a huge shock for everybody because it got very tough paper. Now what happened is the student didn't know at that time, those who were giving the paper for the first time, they were thinking that the paper is going to be easy one. And when they were struggling to do few more questions than what they were expecting, they thought they are doing bad, and in the panic they kind of like did even more, which only makes the entire thing worse for them, because they what they are getting were is a negative marking. So gaining perspective is kind of important during the examination. So whenever you start the paper, always check how many questions you can do, how many questions are direct formula based. And believe me, there are kind of like 5 to 10 questions is always going to be within your pocket. Basically you will be having those questions like get go, like 5 minute, no, I would say 3 minute, not really. 1 minute would be enough for doing these questions, and five to 10 questions already solved in 10 minutes, that means you already have, 4 into 10, 40 marks already in your pocket. And if 75 is going to be, or 80 number is going to be for a 99 percentile, that simply means another 10 questions you have to do carefully. That's it. Now, once you do with this easy question, and you during the reading you also did the mark for review thing, always do use this mark for review option for the calculative one. Calculative meaning in the sense, like suppose there is a question regarding terminal velocity. You know what is terminal velocity formula. You know there is a role of viscosity, there is a role of density, there is a role of radius, gravity, and all sorts of things. But the thing is, you don't have the time to calculate everything. This happens a lot. For example, last day, which means I'm talking about 5th April evening session, there were a question regarding binding energy per nucleons. The question was easy. Get the binding energy, and which is basically a deflect mass, and then get the answer. It's simple, like one, two, three lines. However, those three lines require the calculation, because you're dealing with the data which has like 7 digits, you can call it, or 6 digits after decimal, and you have to be precise, and then you have to multiply with it 931.5. So you see, my point here is, even if the question looks easy, you can do it. Don't just go ahead on start completing it. No, go in an analytical way. Check how many questions like that, like calculative. Then if you find there are 10 of them, 5 of them, according to that, assign a time and start doing the question. And believe me, I know it feels like it's gonna take more time, I mean, if you go with this approach, but believe me, it actually saves time. Okay, look, it is simple logic. If you are in a car, okay, you can press the accelerator for 0 to 100 kilometer, then obviously you can press the brake because there's gonna be traffic, or you can just run the car with the 40 kilometer per hour. Okay, if you do that, believe me, mileage is better, and obviously you will be getting a lot in a 40 kilometer per hour compared to acceleration a lot, then obviously retardation a lot. Okay, so you know what they say, if you are in a driving test, you have to do that. So point is, go in a strategically way. First, read the entire paper for physics. Find what is easy. You can find 5 to 10 questions there which are easy. 40 marks is already done within 10 to 15 minutes. After that, you need to find the medium type of questions, and then if the time is left, only if the time is left, you need to go for the difficult one, and you will not find much difficult question except some rare one. For example, nowadays, if I again have to talk about a reference point, on the 5th April evening session, there was a question which was regarding integration, partial integration, which was something like x e to the power lambda x. Now, it is not a difficult in terms of maths. We know math can be much more lengthy, much more difficult. But in terms of physics, that question creates a panic for the students. It kind of like builds up additional pressure. So if you find that question, don't do it. Believe me. Save time by not doing that question, go for others and do that question at the end. Okay. You have to find an enemy, hit the enemy accordingly. Look, it's a simple logic. If I have to say in Hindi, it will be like this. जहां सुई का काम हो सकता है वहां तलवार चलाने की जरूरत नहीं है, और जहां तलवार चलाना है वहां सुई लेके मत जाना बिल्कुल भी. So it's a simple logic. Categorize the question, do it, and believe me, half of them will gonna be easy and half of them are gonna be calculative medium type questions. And now let's talk about what kind of subject you need to, like what kind of chapter you need to focus, because you are actually listening this thing to be prepared for the 8th April paper, or maybe your paper is already done and you're just waiting for the solution to begin. So if you are going for that, or maybe you're going for INKS paper, maybe going for MSA paper, maybe going for HBTI, basically a state run one, any one of the paper after that, I would highly suggest you actually focus on kind of like 5 chapter from 11th. Let's start with the most important one, thermodynamics. Now thermodynamics is important because it happened in two subjects. Chemistry also have this thermodynamics, physics have also thermodynamics. So how important it is that it is appearing 2 times. So that is one. Then fluid mechanics, don't ignore that. It is going to be like a separate topic kind of thing. You have to pay attention to dynamics, static, viscosity, and of course, who can forget surface tension. Then we have here is rigid body dynamics. We call it rigid body dynamics, but in a simple terms, it's a rolling motion. If you do the rolling motion, believe me, most of the simple stuff are gonna be really simple for you. Now, after the RBD, of course, there's gonna be wave. Now, wave is like this little finger. It looks small in the 11th class, but it's actually a lot more in the 12th. So I'm just gonna name them because it's like one unit. It's like a wave on string and wave on sound. If you do one, you get the other. It's a basically same thing, except one is longitudinal, another is transverse. Now, another one is going to be electromagnetic wave and wave optics. Now, this one, which is in 12, is highly important. I mean, we have seen questions after question in the session after session that it's going to happen. YDSA, variation of YDSA, it's going to be there. So you need to revise this one, make a short notes of this thing, do the questions which you already completed, and make sure you've done the PYQ. Believe me, it is an important one. So these are kind of like a 4 topics for you. There I could count others also, but they are not that important right now as with the NT perspective which we have analyzed here with the RT. Now, speaking about 12th, I would simply say this thing like there is no hidden thing there. Modern physics, okay? Modern physics, nuclear physics, they are like brothers and sisters, which you need to complete them, believe me. If you do that, we saw like sometimes 4 questions are appearing in a session. 4 questions mean 20 marks. Out of 120 is already there. Sorry, 16 marks, my mistake. So it is like 16 out of 100 is already there. So you need to be like really pay attention to that modern physics. And of course, after that comes the magnetism, after that semiconductor. Somehow and these are like a January session, and we saw in the April session also the paper which we have like completed. We saw that semiconductor is not being a backhand player, it's kind of being important in terms of diodes, logic gate. Now these two really you have to do a lot. Now, after that, I would suggest electrostatics. I'm suggesting at the end. I know it's a big chapter. You know it's a big chapter. It's basically a kind of like entire unit of its own. The reason I'm suggesting this as sort of like last because it is a big one. Making all the list of the formula and all the list of the things you needed for revision and short notes is not easy for the electrostatics. So take it as a something like a backhand one. Okay, questions are there, definitely questions are there. Who can forget the electrostatics have like electrical field, magnetic electrical field, electrical potential, then we have like a effect of those field, and then we have like finding the electrical field for different objects, and of course capacitor basically. So there we go, that's regarding the chapters we have for 11th and 12th. And after that I would tell this, that right now as the paper goes, if it goes in the same trajectory, you can expect a 99 percentile around 65 if it gets tougher, if they follow the slope. Otherwise I would still expect that the cutoff is going to be higher, and so as the 99 percentile we can expect up to 75 or 78 number for 99 percentile in physics. It could go higher if they go with the like a previous day, which means I'm talking about somewhat like a before 4th April basically. So if they give that paper, then it's gonna be easy one, you have to attempt more. Now that is regarding physics in simple terms. Now I can go on and let you know about the maths, of course. One thing straightforward, maths is lengthy. There is no simple way of saying that. Our students have given this input that 100 minute they have kind of like you put this thing into a paper. I'm talking about average student, and they got 10 to 15, sometimes 20 is like still rare, so 10 to 15 questions, which means the math is still lengthy. It requires time, which you can actually get from the chemistry part and the physics part. In the chemistry, you can do the paper within 40 minutes. Believe me, if you know organic chemistry, it's kind of like they have increased a little bit of organic chemistry. They are asking more reactions there. And if you know what you're doing in the physics, which means just formula, applying formula, formula, applying formula, that's it. So if you can do that, you can save a lot of time for the maths which you really really want. Because being the toughest means not everybody is gonna score a way higher number, which means you don't have to do 100 out of 100 in maths obviously for 100 percentile, but you have to do just more. Let me tell you this way. I mean, in the morning session, or should I say the previous day, we saw if you're doing 12 questions perfect, like got all the answers, which means 12 into 4, 48 marks. You're already got of 99, close to 99, already 99 book ho gaya hai. So that's what you need to do. And speaking about chemistry, which I kind of like already said, in the chemistry, what we saw is the organic part came a bit more. I wish I could tell you more about the chapters, but I would be welcoming soon enough a chemistry faculty, chemistry for expert. Okay, so that is regarding the overall. Now, let me tell you one more thing, kind of like a mood we have here. Soon enough, we are gonna start the solution. Okay, that is fixed. But before that, a simple message to all of you, all the aspirant who are watching this thing. Maybe they are in 11th class, maybe they are in 12th class, maybe their paper is done, their paper is going to happen on 8th April, or maybe they are going for advanced attempt because they already did enough for the first attempt and they are confident whatever the second attempt did, it's not going to give them much impact. Let me tell you something. Yes, the JEE has a lot of applicants, and yes, you are not hearing it for the first time. Now, out of lakhs of students, if you wanna get into thousands of students, which basically the creamy layer, all you need is simple stuff, and that is learn, write, test, and repeat. And do the teaching as well. I mean, not say in a teaching way, but in a way like you're kind of like explaining the concept which you have learned. This is the best way to learn something. So if you do this, you're basically getting a lot out of your preparation. Don't go with the AI, don't go with what they said, don't go with what the other person said, what is written on this board, what is written on billboard. It doesn't matter because it's for you. So think what is correct for you. There is a kind of like phrases in Hindi which is basically goes something like this: Suno sabki, karo apni. That's what you need to do. So now I would welcome maths expert here, and he is going to tell you all about maths, how to tackle the maths thing, how lengthy it was. So
Thank you, sir. Okay. So now I am going to discuss mathematics questions. So first question is area of the region here given inequality is, you need to find area. For area, first of all try to draw the graph of the given functions. So first relation is given here, x square minus 8x less than or equal to y. So if you draw the graph, if you make it 0, you will get roots are 0 and 8 from here. So 0 and 8, coefficient of x square is positive. So your graph will become like this, concave upward, 0, 8. Now second part is given, y less than or equal to minus x. So y less than equal to minus x, this graph, y equal to minus x. So you need to find area between these two regions bounded by this area. So first of all try to find this point of intersection. So by equating these two, you will get x square minus 8x is equal to minus x. So x square minus 7x is equal to 0. From here you will get x is equal to 0 and 7. So this is your 7. So your area will become integration of 0 to 7. Upper curve is y equal to minus x, minus lower curve is this one, y is equal to x square minus 8x. So x square minus 8x dx. Now simplify 0 to 7, you will get 8x minus x 7x minus x square dx. So your integration will become 7x square by 2 minus x cube by 3, limit 0 to 7. Now apply limit, you will get 7 cube by 2 minus 7 cube by 3, and if you put 0, so all term become 0. Now simplify, you will get 7 cube by 6 from here. So 7 cube by 6, you will get your answer. Fourth option is correct. Now next question, from summation of series. So for this type of question, first of all try to write the general term. So what is general term here? Tn is equal to 1 by 2, 1 by 3, so 1 by n, 1 square, 2 square, up to n square. So Tn will become summation Tn, summation 1 by n, and this is what? Summation 1 square, 2 square, n square is n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 whole divided by 6. Now this n will get cancelled. N is equal to 1 to 10, you have to take up to 10 term. Now simplify, n is equal to 1 to 10, this will become n square plus 3n plus 1 and whole divided by 6. Now take 1 by 6 out, and n square will become how much? Summation n square is n into n is what here? 10. So n into n plus 1, n plus 1 will become how much? 11 into 2n plus 1, 21 by 6, 3 times n into n plus 1 by 2, and summation 1 is n, which is 10. Now simplify this, 1 by 6 time, this will become 7 3 ja and 2 3 ja, this will become 5, and from here you will get how much? Sorry, here 2n square is there, so multiply by 2 also, and from here this will become 5, and this is 10. Now how much this one is? 11 into 7, 77 into 10, 770 plus 3 into 55 plus 10. Now simplify this, you will get 10 into 2 plus 1 by 6 and whole divide by 6 here. Okay, and simplify, you will get 315 by 2 from here. Correct. Now next from definite integration, how to solve this question? First of all, apply here king rule. Suppose this is I, so I will become minus 1 to 1 minus x cube. So you need to replace x with minus x, so this will become minus x cube mod x plus 1 whole divided by x square mod x plus 1, because even degree is there. If you add these two, you will get 2i is equal to minus 1 to 1, x cube get cancelled, so 2 times mod x plus 1 whole divided by x square plus mod x plus 1 dx. Now if you again apply here king rule, this you will get same function. This function is even function, so apply properties for even function. 2 times 0 to 1, and between 0 to 1 mod x is x, so this will become x plus 1 whole divided by x square plus x plus 1 dx. Now multiply by 2, you will get 2x plus 2, and then after you can write I is equal to 2x plus 1 by x square plus x plus 1 and 1 by x square plus x plus 1 dx. Now integrate, this is derivative of denominator, so you can directly write for this ln x square plus x plus 1, and here limit is 0 to 1, and for second you need to make it perfect square, and then after do, so 0 to 1 dx perfect square, if you make this will become x plus 1 by 2 whole square plus root 3 by 2 whole square. Now put here 1, you will get ln 3 plus, what is the integral of this? 2 by root 3 tan inverse x plus 1 by 2 whole divided by root 3 by 2. Now apply here limit 0 to 1, so you will get ln 3 plus 2 by root 3. If you put 1, you will get 3 by 2, and 2 get cancelled, and root 3 also, so tan inverse root 3 will become pi by 3 minus, if you put 0, you will get tan inverse 1 by 3, which will become pi by 6. So ln 3 plus pi by 3 root 3, you will get your answer from here. So first option is correct for this question. Now next question is sum of all the possible values of theta belongs to 0 to 2 pi, for which the system of equation x cos theta minus 8y minus 12 and a homogeneous equation is given is equal to 0 has a non-trivial solution. So you need to find sum of all values of theta. Okay, so for non-trivial solution delta is 0. This will become cos 3 theta minus 8 minus 12 cos 2 theta 3 3, and last coefficients are 1 1 3, make it 0. Now simplify, you will get cos 3 theta times 9 minus 3 6 plus 8 times 3 cos 2 theta minus 3, 3 cos 2 theta minus 3 minus 12 time how much? Cos 2 theta minus 3, cos 2 theta minus 3 is equal to 0. Now simplify, you will get 6 cos 3 theta, and from here 24 cos 2 theta minus 12 cos 2 theta will become 12 cos 2 theta, and from here minus 24 and plus 36 will become 12. So you can take 6 common, you will get cos 3 theta plus 2 cos 2 theta plus 2 is equal to 0 from here. Now put the value of cos 3 theta. You know the what is the value of cos 3 theta? 3 cos cube theta minus cos 3 theta will become 1. 4 cos cube theta minus 3 cos theta plus 2 cos 2 theta will become 4 cos square theta minus 2 and plus 2 is there. This will get cancelled. Now take cos theta common. You will get 4 cos square theta plus 4 cos theta minus 3 equal to 0. So from here you will get cos theta 0, and if you solve this equation you will get how much? 4 into 3 minus 12. So cos theta will become 6 into 2. So minus 6 by 4 and 2 by 4. So this is more than 1. This one is 1 by 2. So cos theta is 1 by 2. Now find theta between 0 to 2 pi. For if cos theta 0, then theta will become how much? Pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2. If cos theta is 1 by 2, then theta will become how much? Pi by 3 and 2 pi minus pi by 3, 5 pi by 3. So if you add these two, you will get 2 pi, and if you add this also, you will get 2 pi. 2 pi plus 2 pi, your answer is 4 pi. Third option is correct for this question. Now next question is from quadratic and sequence series, both mix in this question. So first is here given alpha is minimum value of POR, means product of roots, and beta is maximum value of sum of roots. POR means product of root and sum of roots here. So alpha, which is sum of first of all, alpha is product of root, which is constant term by coefficient of x square. You will get n square minus 2n plus 2. So you can write n minus 1 whole square plus 1. What is minimum value of this? When this will become 0, so your minimum value will become 1, because this will become 0. Now beta is maximum value of sum of root. Sum of root is minus of coefficient of x by coefficient of x square will become 3 by n square minus 2n plus 2. You can write this 3 by n minus 1 whole square plus 1. So for maximizing this, you need to minimize their denominator. So for what is the minimum value of this? This is 0. So 0 plus 1 is 1. So beta is 3 from here. Now next is given, you need to find sum of 6 term of GP, which first term is, which T1 is alpha, which is 1, and common ratio is alpha by beta. So alpha is 1 and beta is 3. So your common ratio will become 1 by 3. Now first you can find sum of 6 term. 1 times 1 minus 1 by 3 to the power 6 by 1 minus 1 by 3, and you will get your answer after simplification. Now next question. Next question from 3D. Two lines are given. You need to find shortest distance between these two skew lines. Very important topic. So how to find? Formula for shortest distance is A2 minus A1 dot B1 cross B2 whole divided by magnitude of B1 cross B2. If you apply this formula, you will get to answer. So this is nothing but a scalar triple product. So you can use determinant here also. So this will become determinant of A1 minus A2, A2 minus A1, minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, 6 minus 3 3 and 5 minus 2 3 है ना. This one you need to take A1 A2 A3 and B1 direction ratios are there 1 2 minus 3 and second direction ratio is 2 4 minus 5 whole divided by I j k 1 2 minus 3 and 2 4 minus 5 magnitude. Now simplify this, you will get minus 6 times minus 10 plus 12 minus 3 times minus 5 plus 6 and plus 3 times 4 minus 4, you will get 0 whole divided by magnitude of this one, you will get magnitude of this one is 4 plus 1. So this is 2 minus 12 and from here you will get minus 3 whole divided by root 5, but this is distance, so distance never be negative, you can use modulus and this will become 5 root 3 root 5. So second option is correct, 3 root 5. So questions are over. Next chemistry sir will going to explain.
Thank you, sir. Hello students, hope you did well today exam. Okay, I am going to be explain the chemistry part, right? The questions what we got from the students that I am going to be discuss, right? So let us discuss the questions one by one what we got, right? The first question they given from the complex compounds. So right, repeatedly they are asking the questions from the complex compound. Minimum 2 questions are asking from the complex compound, right? So they asked for the hybridization of the nickel in 3 complexes. Okay, very simple. First one they given nickel tetracarbonyl. What is the electronic configuration of nickel? Nickel here is in the what oxidation state? 0. Nickel 0 oxidation state, 4s2 3d8. Here what is the carbon monoxide? It is the strong field ligand. Okay, pairing takes place. Then what is the electronic configuration we get? 3d10, 4s0. Okay, here we have the 4p0. So here we have the 4 vacant orbitals, undergoes the hybridization. What is the hybridization we get? sp3. Okay, this one undergoes the what hybridization? sp3 tetrahedral. And next one they given, okay, NH3 taken 6 octahedral complex will be formed. Okay, inner orbital or outer orbital complex we have to decide. Okay, in this complex nickel is in the what oxidation state? +2 oxidation state. Then what is the configuration? 3d8, right? It's a strong field ligand. Then what happened? What you get? 3d8. It's very simple, d8 configurations. Okay, 1 2 3. Okay, then 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, what is the hybridization? Here there is no vacancy, right? Then what you get? What is the hybridization we get? sp3d2, sp3d2, right? So one is sp3, next one is sp3d2, and what we have? NiCN taken 4. Here also nickel is in the what oxidation state? 3d8, which means what is the hybridization we get? dsp2, strong field ligand we have. Pairing takes place. Here also same thing is happened. Whatever happened in above case, same thing is happened, right? 1 2 3 4 5. Okay. Okay, here we have the s orbital, here we have the 3p orbitals. What is the hybridization? DsP2. DsP2 hybridization. Okay, this one undergoes the sp3d2. This one undergoes the dsp2. Then what is the correct option? Third one, sp3, sp3d2. No, this is not. This one, dsp2 is the answer. Let's move to next question. Highest XO bond order is, X is the central atom, right? OF2, F2O, right? Central atom is oxygen. Here bond order is 1. Okay, next they given the CO2, right? What is the bond order in the CO2? Central metal atom and oxygen bond order is 2. Okay, CO having the 14 electrons. 14 electrons means nitrogen like species. Okay, what is the bond order we get here? 3. H2O, what is the central atom? Oxygen, and OH bond order is what? 1. So here highest bond order is in third one, CO. That is the answer. Let's move to next question. Right. Given k is equals to a into e power minus, okay, 28,000 k by, but we have to compare this one. This question is, right, given from the chemical kinetics. K is equals to e power minus Ea by RT. Ea is the activation energy, right? Therefore, when you compare the both, what you get? Minus 28,000 by T is equals to Ea by RT. Okay. T get cancelled. Then activation energy is equals to, minus get cancelled. Activation energy is equals to 28,000 into R. Here the options given in kilojoules and options given in kilocalories also we have to check it. Okay, Ea is equals to 28,000. Right? If you substitute the R value in the calories, you get the calories in the answer. Okay, 28,000 means 56,000 calories, which means 56 kilocalories is the answer. So 56 kilocalories in the option, that's why answer is this one. Third one is the answer. 56 kilocalories per mole is the answer. If you substitute the R value in joules per mole per Kelvin, that is 8.314, then you get the answers in kilojoules. Let's move to next question. Okay, in period ionization energy, this is in period ionization energy of the extreme left. Extreme left means here we have the, for example, you can take sodium. Extreme left we have the first year group elements, right? And electronegativity of extreme right, here you get the fluorine. Extreme left ionization energies are low, very low. They loses the electron very easily. That means ionization energy is very low, right? That's why those are metals. Ionization energy is low. When you move across the period from left to right, except noble gas, electronegativity is increases, right? That means extreme right having the En is highest and extreme left having the ionization energy lowest. Then answer is lowest and highest. Lowest and highest is the answer, right? Right, let's move to next question. This question is from the periodic properties. This question is from the biomolecules. Biomolecules. Okay, right, it's just like it is glucose. Glucose they given. Glucose treated with a sequential, is treated with sequentially with excess of Hi red phosphorus. Red phosphorus. What you get? N-hexane. N-hexane. Okay. That is treated with B2O5. at high temperature and pressure, then what happened? Aromatization takes place. You get the benzene. Benzene treated with benzyl chloride, PH, CH2Cl, and in presence of AlCl3. Yes, Friedel-Crafts reaction. Here what happened? What you get? PH CH2 plus electrophilic generated. This will attack over here. Then what happened? Here we get a compound like this. Here we have CH2. Okay, diphenyl methane we get. What we get? Diphenyl methane. The question is, find the number of pi bonds in the final product. How many pi bonds are there in the final product in the diphenyl methane? 6 pi bonds are present. That means answer is what? 6. 6 is the answer. Question is from the what? Biomolecules. Let's move to next question. Okay, they given the carboxylic acid treated with NH3. That's why at first instant what happened? CH3, CH2, CO, NH2. Acid amide formed. After that, treated with NaOH and bromine. Hoffman bromamide reaction. Bromamide reaction. Okay, what you get? Primary amine. CH3, CH2, NH2. Okay, then treated with HNO3. This will become alcohol. CH3, CH2OH. After that, they treated with diazonium chloride. What you get? Here we have the acidic hydrogen. Then you get the what? Benzene along with acetaldehyde. So question is not clear, but final product is what we can say? Benzene. Benzene is the final product here, right? Right, that is the sequential reaction we have. That from carboxylic acids, organic chemistry question, carboxylic acids, right? Okay, that is the sequential reaction. So these kind of questions are very common in the JEE from the organic chemistry. Okay, let's move to energy of hydrogen like species given a 54.4 eV. The N and Z respectively are. That means here one digit is extra is there, that I will rectify it. Okay, okay, energy of hydrogen like species, energy is equals to minus 13.6 Z square by N square. EV is equals to what? 54.4. Okay, then okay, 54 Z square by N square is equals to 54.4 by 13.6. Okay, then it cancelled. Okay, 13.6 4 jars, 54.4. Then Z by N is equals to 2. Okay, right. Let us check the answers. Right? Z by N value should be 2. They given the sequence N and Z. If N value keep 1, Z value is N is equals to 1, then Z is equals to 2, then N value and Z value 1 comma 2. This is the extra value they given. Option 1 is correct one, right? Let's move to next question. Okay, match type from the thermodynamics. Question is very easy question. Isothermal reversible expansion. Isothermal reversible expansion, right? What is the formula for the work? W is equals to minus nRT ln, right? V final by V initial. That means for this one, first A is matched with 1, Okay, adiabatic reversible expansion. What is the formula to calculate the work in the adiabatic reversible expansion? W is equals to NR by gamma minus 1 T final minus T initial. B matches with 2. Adiabatic irreversible expansion. Okay, what is the work equation? NCV T final minus T initial. Then it is matches with 3. And in the free expansion, there is no external pressure in the free expansion. Then work done equals to what? 0. So for D matches with 4. Then what is the correct option? A1, B2, C3, D4. Option 4 is the correct one. Right? Next session, Hyde sir will continue. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Hello, everyone. How are you all? Hope everyone is fine. So today's paper we have seen the questions which we have received from the student side, and majorly the questions which we have received are from easy to moderate side and more on the easier side. Some were completely based on the formula questions. So let us start discussing all this question one by one. So let's start with this case. The first question is basically from the geometrical optics, which is directly based on the formula. So here you can see in this question what he has given. Okay, in this question what he has given, minimum deviation for the equilateral prism is 30 degrees, find the refractive index. So we have a direct formula for this case. Equilateral prism means obviously, so angle of prism is going to be how much? 60 degrees. So directly I can take for this case, that is nothing but mu is equals to sine of a plus delta m, that is minimum deviation by 2 whole divided by sine of a by 2. This was a formula direct substitution. So, and you can say that refractive index we need to find out sine of a, the value of a is 60 plus 30 divided by 2 whole divided by, you can say sine of a by 2, where a is nothing but 60 by 2. So to find out the refractive index, I can say this is going to be sine 90 whole divided by sine 90 by 2, and this is going to be kind of sine 30. So sine 90 by 2 is basically sine 45, and sine 45 is I can take here 1 by root 2, and sine 30 is 1 by 2. If you take this part, so therefore the refractive index is going to be how much? Root 2. So this was one of the easiest question of the shape which was given from the geometrical optics. So therefore root 2 is the correct answer for this question. Let's go for the next question. Another question is basically it is a combination of both the concepts, the new NLM as well as the equations of motion, we can say. So in this question what he has given, if the system given below is released from rest, if it is being released from rest, then its initial velocity is going to be 0. Then find the speed of 6 kg block just before hitting the ground. Obviously 6 kg is heavier, so what happens, it goes down because of this heavy mass, it goes downwards and it is acquiring a distance of 6 meters. The moment when it is going down and hitting the ground, what is the speed when it is just hitting the ground, we need to find out. So in this case obviously we can find out with the basic factor. First we will find out the acceleration, which can be taken as a net force by total mass. So I am taking here that is net force by total mass. So I can say that net force means nothing but here I can say 6g is acting in downward direction, and in fact this 2g is also acting in downward direction. So acceleration will be equal to net force by total mass. Net force, if I am finding out, it is going to be 6g minus of 2g whole divided by the total mass 6 plus 2, which is going to be how much? H. So as a result I can say this is going to be how much? 40 by 8, 8 ones, 8 fives. So acceleration is basically taken as 5 meter per second square. Therefore, this 6 kg block is actually moving with an acceleration of 5 meters per second square. And now as it is being released from the rest position, you can assume that the initial velocity is basically 0 in this case. So now what I am going to do, I am going to use my equation of motion, that is v square minus u square is equals to how much? 2as. So final velocity I need to find out. Initial velocity is going to be how much? 0, as it is being released from rest, which is equals to 2 into acceleration. What is the acceleration of the 6 kg block, which is 5 meters per second square? I wish to substitute that part, followed by the displacement it is acquiring is nothing but 6. So as a result, I can say that velocity v square is equals to 5 to 10 into 6 is 60, and the square root of 60 is going to be nearly 7 point something. You will be getting 7.74. We have the option directly 7.74 meters per second. So another easy question, direct formula substitution and simplification. So let's go for the next question. Another question is basically from the electrostatics, which is being related to the electric potential. So he is basically asking us to find out the electric field, and for the given electrostatic potential field he has given, that is V equals to 5 into x square minus of y square. So now we need to find out at the point 2 comma 3. There is one point, at that point we need to find out at 2 comma 3. So I would like to take, in this case we have a direct formula, E is equals to, you can take here, minus of dV by dr, which can also be taken as E is equals to minus of, if I am writing the value of V, I have to express this electric field will be expressed in terms of the vector form with the partial differentiation. So minus of dou by dou x of, it's going to be 5x square minus of y square. This is going to be along I cap, and then after that I can say dou by dou y of again 5 into x square minus of y square, and it is going to be how much? J cap. And now nextly what I am going to do here is electric field can be taken as minus of, as we have to differentiate partially with respect to x, this minus remains as it is. 5 I am keeping as it is, a differentiation of x square is going to be 2x, and this is I cap, plus dou by dou y of, this is 5 as it is, this is going to be minus 2y, and this is going to be what? J cap. With this case, what I am going to get here is directly I am going to substitute, send this inside. So the electric field is going to be how much? 10x I cap, and minus of 10y, you are going to get it as j cap. Already we have the value of x and y here. Already he gave us the value of x is going to be 2 meters and 2, and y is nothing but 3. He gave the point directly to us. So let us substitute that part here. So electric field will be equal to minus of 10 into, this is going to be 2 into I cap, followed by minus 10 into, it's going to be what? Directly I can take here 10 into, this is going to be 3 into, you can take here as j cap. With this case, what I am going to get here, the final result, if I set this negative sign inside, so 10 2 is going to be 20, so minus of 20 I cap, minus into minus is plus, and it's going to be plus 30 j cap, which is actually expressed in terms for volts per meter, you can say, if he is giving the units, volts per meter, you can say. So therefore, the final result is going to be minus 20 I cap plus 30 j cap. This was also under the similar case. I can say it as an easy question. If the student was familiar with this formula, then he would have done it very easily. Let's go for the next question. This is a question which is a very basic factor, the very basic part of the errors. So in this case, he has given, if percentage change in the radius of the sphere is 2%, then find percentage in the volume of the sphere. So he directly gave the volume of the sphere. We need to find out the percentage change in the volume of a sphere. So I can take here, volume of a sphere can be taken as directly 4 by 3 pi r cube. So now if I am talking about the percentage change, then obviously I am going to take here delta V by V, which is equals to 3 times of delta R by R, which means I can say delta V by V is equals to 3 times of delta R by R. Already delta R by R, he gave the percentage, which is equals to 2% he gave. So 3 2s is going to be how much? 6%. So therefore the percentage change in the volume is going to be how much? 6%. Hence option 3 is the correct answer for this. This category is also a easy category. Let's go for the next question. Another question they have given from the rigid body dynamics, RBD. So according to the question, he said a solid sphere of mass 5m is A and a hollow sphere of mass 2m B are placed on a perfectly rough horizontal surface. This is a perfectly rough horizontal surface he is saying. So this is your solid sphere as per the question, and here it is your hollow sphere as per the question. One is your solid sphere while the other one is nothing but hollow sphere. A is solid sphere, B is a hollow sphere he has given, and now a horizontal force is F is applied at the topmost point of each of the sphere. Already it is there. So there is a horizontal force. Let's assume it as F is being applied at the topmost point. Okay, now causing them to roll without slipping. So they are rolling without slipping. So friction is basically possible here. If the linear acceleration of the centers of the spheres are A and AB respectively, then find the ratio of acceleration of A with respect to acceleration of B. So mathematically, if you go with this case, no doubt the friction will be acting in the backward direction and the weight will be acting in downward direction, and the pseudo force also acts in the downward direction. that will be balanced by r omega square. So all those factors, the torque will be 0 at this particular point. At this particular point for the forces which are acting solid sphere with respect to this ground. Got it? So the torque, net torque is going to be 0. The torque or the rolling is possible only because of the applied force at the top side. So with this case, I can say torque will be equal to, directly I would like to take here tau is equals to, I can say I alpha, and the torque can be taken as force into perpendicular distance. And let us assume, as he is saying almost all about this part, so here we have to take this radius as r, this radius is also as r. Okay now, so this radius as r, it's actually given in the question that the radius is same for both of them. So I can say tau is equals to I alpha, and r tau can be taken as rf also. So force is nothing but f, while the distance between these two is going to be how much? 2r. So I can take here f into 2r, which is equals to I into alpha, but alpha can be taken as a by r also, you can take here, as we are concerned to find out the respective accelerations. So I am taking here a by r. With this case, I can say, as I need to find out the acceleration, so what I am going to take here is a is equals to sending this r towards this side, so 2f r square whole divided by I. So the forces applied are going to be same in this case, followed by whatever the radius is there, that is also going to be same. With this case, the only thing which is missing is nothing but moment of inertia for both the cases is going to be different. So therefore, my acceleration is completely dependent on moment of inertia, which is the inversely proportional in this scenario. So I can take here that the acceleration at A divided by acceleration at B will be equal to moment of inertia at B by moment of inertia at A. So I can say directly the moment of inertia at B is nothing but the hollow sphere, and moment of inertia at B with respect to this part is going to be how much? 2 by 3 mr square. So with respect to this side, you will be getting 5 by 3 mr square. Exactly. So I am taking here 5 by 3 mr square. The mass for this case is how much? 2m, and r remains as usual r square whole divided by moment of inertia of the solid sphere. The moment of inertia for the solid sphere about the center, about this axis. Here if you take it, it's going to be how much? 2 by 5 mr square. If you are talking about this end, it is going to be how much? 7 by 5 mr square you can take here. So I am taking here 7 by 5 mr square, and in place of m I can take here as 5m into r square. I can make possible cancellations like r and r is actually getting cancelled. This 5 and 5, this m and m. So you are going to get here as something like 10 by 3 7s 21. So therefore the ratio is going to be the ratio is going to be the option. So missing is this, you can take here 10 by 21 is the ratio of this acceleration. So this comes under the medium category, and we can say it as a not that much of time taking. The only thing is remembering the concept of moment of inertia with respect to which axis we have to take, that plays an important role in this scenario. Let's go for the next question. Another question is basically from the nuclear physics he has given. So what he has given, binding energy per nucleon, already he has given the reaction here. So he is asking us binding energy of the nucleon. For this case, hydrogen 1,2 is 1.1 mega electron volt, and helium 2,4 is nothing but how much? 7 mega electron volts. He is saying us to find out the binding energy, find energy released in the nuclear reaction given below. So directly you can say binding energy can be taken as final binding energy minus initial binding energy. So directly I can say this energy release means on this particular side we have how much? This is 4. So I like to take 4 multiplied by this is going to be how much? Binding energy 27, subtracted by this individual is 2, that is mass number is 2 into its binding energy is 1.1, but this is how much parts? 2 times, so you can take here as 2. Directly you can take this case. So you are going to get here 7 force is going to be 28 minus of kind of 4.4, which is completely expressed in terms of mega electron volts. 28 minus 4.4 is 23.6 mega electron volt. So therefore third option is the correct answer for this. This question comes under the easy category, direct substitution and simplification. Already he gave you the binding energies. Directly you need to subtract from the given equations. That's the only thing. Now let's go for the next question. In the next question, this question is basically taken from the wave optics. In this question, what he has given, in standard YDSC, wavelength is 7000 Armstrong and small d value he has given. In fact, capital D value also he has given. He is saying that I naught is the intensity due to individual source of the screen. So I naught is basically the intensity, and P is the point on the screen such that intensity P is equal to I naught. So we know that for this case I can say he's saying to find out the distance of P from the center of the screen. So this distance we need to find out basically. Okay now. So I can take this particular case as he's saying that the intensity wala case. So I is equals to, I can say 4I naught into cos square delta phi by 2 I can take here. But as he said at the point P, the intensity which is formed is going to be I naught. So I can take here in at place of I can say directly I naught, and which is equals to, you can take here 4I naught into cos square delta phi by 2. So I can say I naught and I naught will get cancelled. 1 by 4 equals to, you can take here cos square delta phi by 2. So which means I can say cos delta phi by 2 can be taken as 1 by 2. And now cos means I can say directly if I am taking the angle here, so delta phi by 2 will be equal to, I'll be getting here directly 60, which means nothing but plus or minus we can take here, I'm taking only the positive side, that is nothing but pi by 3. So I got the phase angle here, so delta phi will be equal to, I can take here 2 pi by 3 I am taking here, this is my nothing but phase angle which is equals to 2 pi by 3. So now once I got the phase angle in this case, so I am going to bring the path difference, this is a phase difference, I am going to bring the path difference, and from path difference I can easily find out the distance of P from the central maxima. So what I am going to do is basically we know delta phi by 2 pi will be equal to, you can take here delta x by lambda. So what I am going to do here is pay a path difference I need to find out. So delta phi is nothing but how much? 2 pi by 3 divided by 2 pi is equals to, you can take here delta x by lambda. 2 pi and 2 pi will get cancelled. Delta x is basically lambda by 3. I hope you got my point. So delta x can also be written as d into y by capital D, which is equals to how much? Lambda by 3 I can say, because this is nothing but the path difference, and the path difference for this case can be directly taken as dy by capital D. Nextly I can take here I am concerned to find out the value of y. So y is equals to, you can take here lambda capital D by 3 into small d you will be getting. Okay, so with this case I am going to get here the value of y is going to be how much? Lambda. The value of lambda is going to be how much? 7000 I am going to get here. Armstrong means into 10 power minus 10, and the value of capital D is going to be how much? 50 centimeters. Centimeter converted into meters, 10 power minus 2 whole divided by 3 into, you can take here as 5 millimeters. So we can take here 5 into 10 power of minus 3. With this case what I can say is basically I can cancel this 5 ones, 5 tens, and you are going to get here 1, 2, 3 and minus 10, minus 2, minus 3. So if I take here 10 power kind of minus 10 minus 2 is minus 8, sending this to the numerator side, minus 5 plus 6 minus 6. So I can say 70 by 3 into 10 power minus 6 I can say, which can be taken as mu meters. 70 by 3 mu meters you will be getting, which is nothing but approximately your first option. This was a time taking question. Can be considered in the medium side. Okay, so let's go for the next question. This is nothing but a question given from the center of mass. We can say it as a trajectory. He is asking for this question from the center of mass. So what I am going to do is, for two equal masses, one of the mass is having initial velocity 4 meter per second but along j cap. So this 4 meter per second is going along j cap, that means vertical component, and acceleration is actually 0 meters per second square. Other having an acceleration, this is nothing but v2 is nothing but 6 meters per second square along I cap, and the acceleration already he mentioned us. Initially both were located at origin. Find a trajectory of center of mass. So both the systems were located here, so I need to find out the trajectory of center of mass. So what I am going to do is, in a simplest form, I would like to find out the velocity of center of mass taking the formula m1 v1 plus m2 v2 by m1 plus m2. So he said already equal masses, so m1 and m2 can be taken as m. So I can say velocity of center of mass will be equal to m into, you can take here v1 plus v2 by 2m. So this m and m will get cancelled. Velocity of center of mass can be taken as already v1 is the velocity which is going along y direction, so I can take here as 4j cap followed by v2 is nothing but going along the x axis, so I can take here 6I cap by 2. So therefore the velocity of center of mass, writing in an order, can I say it as a 3I cap plus 2j cap. So this is the velocity of center of mass. Okay, so both are actually started from the origin side. The velocity of center of mass means velocity of center of mass is actually going in the straight line. I'm going to find out the acceleration of the center of mass. If suppose if we are getting that also as a kind of straight line, and then I'm going to equate both the equations, and if I am getting a1 by a2 equals to b1 by b2, then I can say that they are parallel, and if they are parallel, they are actually following the straight line. If there is a small deviation, then they are going in a curve part. If they are going in a curve part, then the possibility is most precisely the parabolic part. So let's understand the scenario. We'll find out the acceleration of center of mass. So I can say m1 a1 plus m2 a2 by m1 plus m2. So what I am going to do, as the masses are identical, acceleration of center of mass is m. The first acceleration is nothing but 0, so I am taking that as 0, followed by the second mass is m, and the second acceleration is going to be 6i plus 6j, so I am taking that part 6i plus 6j whole divided by m1 plus m2. So both the masses are same, that's going to be 2m. So what I am going to get here is acceleration of center of mass can be taken as m, and m will get cancelled, and final result that you will be getting here is nothing but 3i cap plus 3j cap. So as per this part, acceleration of center of mass is also we are getting a kind of a straight line. But you can see very clearly if I compare velocity of center of mass and acceleration of center of mass. So can I say that 3 by 2, I am comparing both of them. From there I am saying 3 by 2 is not equal to 3 by 3, which means they are not parallel to each other. So they are not parallel to each other, but they are constant, not parallel to each other. If they are not parallel to each other, that means they cannot form straight line. They cannot form straight line. If they cannot form a straight line, then finally can I say there is a possibility most precisely that they might go in a parabolic form most precisely. So hence I can say they will go in a parabolic form. So this was also kind of a small medium question, but a time taking question to decide exactly the trajectory for this situation. Let's go for the next one. Okay, so these are the questions which we have received from our student side. So remaining questions will be discussed right now. Sagar sir will be continuing the mathematics part. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so dear student, now we move to maths portion break. Okay. So our first question is the value of x for which sine inverse 2 by 3 root 1 minus x square is equal to cot inverse 2 root x. We need value of x as all the options are positive, and obviously root is only defined for positive. So what I do, first I will use interconversion. We convert the cot inverse in sine inverse. As there is cot inverse, this can be considered as base by perpendicular. So 2 root x and 1. This is going to be root over 1 plus 4x. Okay. Now here we have sine inverse 2 by 3 root 1 minus x square. Cot inverse in terms of sine inverse perpendicular by hypotenuse. So 1 by root over 1 plus 4x. As sine inverse x equal to sine inverse y, x has to be equal to y. Okay, both x need to be equal. Now we equate this one, and I'm doing square also. So 4 by 9, 1 minus x square equal to 1 by 1 plus 4x. Okay, I'm taking cross multiplication. 4 minus 4x square into 1 plus 4x equal to 9. Now further if we multiply, plus 4, 16x terms of x square minus 4x square and minus 16x cube equal to 9, minus 9 equal to 0. Okay, or equal to 9. Keep it as it is. Now I will write all the term in right side. So first we are getting 16x cube, then plus 4x square minus 16x and plus 5 equal to 0. So this cubic we are getting. Now if we get the one root using head and tie, as this is cubic, as we can see options are like 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 8, 1 by 9. So when you try with 1 by 2, 1 by 2 is satisfying this one. So can I say one factor is going to be 2x minus y, 2x minus 1, because one root is 1 by 2. Okay, for the other factor 2x, what to write to get 16x cube? I need to write 8x square. Okay, now minus 8x square, but we have plus 4x square, so I need 12x square. So that's why 2x into 6x. Okay, now minus 6x, but we have minus 16x, so I need more minus 10x. So that's why I'm writing here minus 5 equal to 0. When you multiply, you will get same. Again, we can get the root of this expression also. 40 and 6 we need, so 10 and 4, 8x square plus 10x minus 4x and minus 5 equal to 0. Here 4x, 2x common, then 4x plus 5 minus 4x plus 5. So finally, when we simplify, we are getting value of x from here 1 by 2, from this factor minus 5 by 4, and from remaining 2x minus 1 also 1 by 2. So out of these all the options, we got only 1 by 2. Okay, so this was easy one. Now coming to next question. Okay, so this is the question from matrices. If the matrix A is this one and the matrix B is equal to A power 99 minus I, then the value of, okay, by the way, approx same type of the question already came in PYQs, and you will see in PYQ exactly here I don't know, but the same type of the question already, or might be same question you have in PYQ also. A power 99 we need. Now to get A power 99 first actually we rearrange this A. This A, from this one I am separating identity matrices. 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. Okay. Then remaining matrix can be written as 0 0 0 3 0 0 and 3 3 0. Okay. Let me assume this one is the I and the second matrix is A dash. Okay. Here to get B, these are the element of B, and to get B I need A power 99. So first we will get a sequence in A dash sequence I am finding first. So first A dash we have, let me get A dash square. So A dash 0 0 0 3 0 0 3 3 0. When we multiply A dash with itself, we will get this one 3 3 0. If you multiply, what we are getting, first element 0, then 0, then 0, then A21 is also 0, A22 0 obviously, A31 9, then A32 that is also 0 0. Okay, so this is A dash square we got. Now finally when you multiply A dash square with A, you will get A dash cube is equal to 0. Okay, further when we do, we get A dash cube equal to 0. So if you raise any power of A dash more than 3, that is going to be 0 only, because A dash cube when you multiply with A0 matrix into any matrix is going to be 0 matrix. Okay, now what we need, this one B. So B is what, A power 99, A power 99 minus I. So B is equal to A power 99 minus I. A can be written as I plus A dash power 99 minus I. As one matrix is identity matrix, so in A plus B power n we can use the binomial theorem formula, that only you can use if one of the matrix from the A and B is the identity matrix. If this is something else, we cannot use. Okay, so when I expand this one, first we write 99C0 I, then 99C1 I power 98 into A dash, so A dash only will remain, then 99C2 A dash square, and when we write next one, A dash cube will come, and those all the matrices are going to be 0 matrix, so I am not writing, and minus I. So this I and this is also I got cancel out. So B is equal to this one. I am going to write the value of B, that is 99C1, 99 A dash. A dash is equal to, here we have A dash, this one only, 0 0 0 3 0 0 3 3 0. Then plus 99C2. 99C2 is 99 into 98 by 2, so can be written as 49. Okay, and into A dash square. A dash square is this one, 0 0 0 0 0 0 9 0 0. Okay, now what we need? We need B, this value, B31 plus B32 divided by B21. So first B31, so I will add the corresponding B31. From here we are getting 99 into 3, then from here we are getting 99 into 49 into 9. Okay, these two I multiply and these two I multiply for B31. Then we need B32. For B32, 99 multiply by 3 and here 0. So actually this 99 multiply by 3, that only will become double. And B21, 99 into 3 and there again 0. So 99 into 3. Okay, now when you divide this one, here these two got cancel out 2 and here 99 got cancel out 3 to 9, 3 time cancel out 49 into 3. So this is 2 plus 147. Okay, so we got 149. Little bit lengthy but actually easy. Okay, so coming to next question, but you can say that this one is moderate. This is not easy only, it's not a easy, it's moderate and lengthy also. Now next from the chapter vector, and it's easy only because they give a vector and b vector, 2 vector, and we need to get the uh, square of the area of triangle, and that all we know the formula, square of the area of triangle. First let me get the area of triangle. Delta is 1 by 2 modulus of a cross b, where sides are these two. So 2a plus 3b cross a minus b. Okay, now further if we simplify, a cross a 0, twice of a cross b with minus sign, 3 times of b cross a with plus sign, but when we write a cross b, that sign again become minus, and b cross b 0. So what we are getting, 1 by 2 minus 5 times a cross b, that can be written as 5 by 2 modulus of a cross b. Now in this complete question, we just need modulus of a cross b. This particular question will not take more than 20 to 25 seconds when you do this one in exam, because all things are easy only. So I cap, j cap, k cap, a vector component are 2, 3, 3. B vector coefficients are 6, 3 and 3. When we expand it, I cap into 9 minus 9, 0, 0 I cap, j cap minus j cap into 6 minus 18 minus 12, but minus sign, so plus 12 I cap, j cap, and k cap coefficient 6 minus 18 minus 12 k cap. Now when we find the modulus of a cross b, what we are getting, 12 root 2. We replace the value here, 12 root 2 into 5 by 2. So this multiply by 5 by 2, 6, 30 root 2. So what we are getting, 30 root 2. And they are asking some square of the area. So if you do the square, then 900 into 2, that is equal to 1800. Okay, easy one only. Now coming to next question. If alpha and beta are the root of this equation, quadratic equation but actually complex number, then find alpha power 8 plus beta power 8. Again, this is also repeated question. Exactly same type of question you will see in PYQ. Might be where whatever they are asking, there was the powers are different, but this question was same. Okay, so first what we do, we find the value of z, minus b, that is root 6 iota, plus minus root b square minus 4ac. B square root 6 iota square is minus 6 and minus 4ac, minus minus plus 12 by 12. This one is root 6. Okay, in numerator root 6 common. So root 6 by 2 can be written as root 3 by 2. Then here we have iota and then plus minus 1 we are getting. These are the our root. Now again, as we need alpha power 8 and beta power 8, alpha beta will be the value of z. So what I do, first I will get the alpha square beta square, z square value I am finding. Z value alpha beta, z square value will be alpha square beta square. Okay, let me square because it makes it easy. So root 3 by 2 square is 3 by 2, iota plus 1 square will be 2 iota, and iota minus 1 square minus 2 iota. Okay, so when we multiply, one value will be the 3 iota and other value is minus 3 iota. So suppose this is alpha square and this one is beta square. What we need? Alpha power 8 plus beta power 8. So 3 iota power 4 because this is the value of alpha square, and minus 3 iota power 4. Okay, iota power 4 1, minus power even positive. So here what remains? 3 power 4, here also 3 power 4. 3 power 4 is 81, then here we got total 162. So again this was also easy one only.
Now coming to next. Okay, so this is the question from the limit, and you can see this is also easy one only, and many questions will see in PYQ. So limit x tending to 2, tan x minus 2. So first, for simplification, when we put x equal to 2, this becoming tan 0 by 0 equal to 1 we use. Okay, so 1 tan x minus 2 by x minus 2 I am writing as 1. So our limit is becoming limit x tending to 2 r x square plus p minus 2 into x minus 2p divided by x minus 2. That one factor which contain x minus 2 I use with the tan x minus 2 by x minus 2 is standard limit, that is equal to 1 tan x by x equal to 5. They give that this is equal to 5. Now when you put x equal to 2, denominator is 0, then numerator has to be 0, then only limit can be non-zero finite. Okay, so I am just putting x equal to 2. If you put x equal to 2 here, then what we are getting in numerator 4r, then 2 into p 2p, or p minus 2 into 2 minus 2p. This has to be 0. This has to be 0 by 0 form. So from here 4r plus 2p minus 2p cancel, minus 4 equal to 0, r equal to 1. We got the value of r. Once you got r, just put here, then x square, then this is px. Let me write first minus 2x plus px minus 2p divided by x minus 2 equal to 5. X is tending to 2, keep in mind. Here x into x minus 2, here p common x minus 2. So finally x minus 2 can be common. Here x remain and there p remain, divide by x minus 2 equal to 5. Again this got cancel out. When we put x equal to 2, 2 plus p equal to 5, p equal to 3. Okay, so limit part is simplified. Okay, actually limit part is same as PYQ, but further also they give something to solve. It means they make it, this one is little bit lengthy, nothing else. For some R and P we got set of all possible value of Q such that the root of this equation lies in 0, 2. Okay, that is also easy. So what is the equation we have? Equation r x square, r was 1, so x square, then minus px, p is 3, then 3x and plus q equal to 0. We need value of q so that both the root lies in the interval 0, 2. Okay, so it's 0 and this is 2. Graph has to be like this one. So f0 positive. Okay, what conditions we write? One is f0 greater than 0, other is f2 greater than 0. Minus b by 2 lies between 0 and 2, that already lies. Okay, na? Minus b by 2 is 3 by 2. 3 by 2 already lies between these two, and d is greater than equal to 0 or greater than 0. Two real root need to be. So when we use f0, q greater than 0. When we use f2, 4 minus 6 minus 2 plus q greater than 0, it means q greater than 2. Now d, b square 9 minus 4ac 4q greater than 0 equal to 0, and q less than equal to 9 by 4. So if we take the intersection, we got the range of q, that is 2 to 9 by 4. Okay, what range we got? Alpha is 2 and beta is 9 by 4. And what they are asking? 4 times alpha plus beta, 2 plus 9 by 4. When we multiply, we are getting 8 plus 9 and answer is 17. That is first one. Okay, easy but actually lengthy. That is for sure. Now coming to next question. Okay, so consider the function r to r such that fx equal to quadratic by quadratic again. This was these type of the question usually they ask many time in PYQ, but before COVID. So you can say that before COVID, this was these kind of the questions were one of the favorite, and even not only in mains, in advance also. So quadratic by quadratic, then fx. We need to know the nature of the type of the function, that this is many one or onto into. So first we check for the onto and into, because it's so easy. If I write this function fx equal to 2x square plus x plus 2 divided by 3x square plus 2x plus 3, you can see clearly in numerator we have quadratic expression whose d is less than 0, b square minus 4ac less than 0. As d is less than 0, numerator is positive, and denominator d is also less than 0, b square minus 4ac. So if d is less than 0, a is positive, so complete expression is positive.
So can I say positive by positive always be positive? This fx is always positive, so fx cannot be negative. If fx cannot be negative, then range cannot be equal to codomain R. Range is not R now, so that's why it is into. Okay, therefore into. Why? Because fx cannot be negative. Any negative number. Okay, now for 1 1 and many one. For 1 1 and many one, as actually hit and try is the best option, but right now ratio of coefficient constant term and coefficient of x square both are same, so that's why I'm not choosing that one. So if you want to know directly, then what I do, I can use the differentiation, or you can understand in this way also. Suppose when we put x equal to infinity, then what we are going to get, x square common 2 by 3. At infinity value is 2 by 3. Okay, and this complete remain positive only. So this value is 2 by 3, but actual 2 by 3 will not be there. So suppose 2 by 3, that will be little bit below 2 by 3. This is 2 by 3. Okay, similarly if you would minus infinity, also will get same value 2 by 3, and if you would 0, then also you are getting 2 by 3. So if you differentiate, then you will get that point of maxima minima are the -1 and +1, and when you draw the graph till -1 it will increase, then from -1 it will decrease, then till +1 it will decrease, and then again it increase. This type of the graph you will see. Okay, this one is -1 and this one is +1 most probably, or any other. But at last, once you got that at minus infinity value is 2 by 3, at plus infinity value is 2 by 3, even if point of maxima minima will not occur as -1 +1, but somehow you will join these 2 points now, because function is continuous, and when you join you will repeat the value and it become many one. Okay, directly you can draw a line parallel to x-axis which intersect the graph at 2 point, and you got two value of x, x1 and x2, where value of the function same, so that's why it is many one. Okay, so it is many one and into, so our second answer is correct. Okay, so this was the maths portion for now. Later again we continue this part. Now I request MVK sir to join us for the chemistry part.
Thank you, sir. So now let's see some of the questions from chemistry part. Overall, if you see the chemistry paper in comparison to morning shift, this is very easy to say, because morning paper few questions were very tricky, but this paper, these questions are looking comfortable only to be done. But also one thing, these are all memory based questions, so some difference might be there from the original NTA released questions later on, right? So coming to the first question here, compare the bond lengths X, Y and Z in the following compound. So you are given with a methyl acetate CH3, C double bond O CH3, right? And you are you need to check these bond lengths. This is given as X, this is given as Y, and this is given as Z. And if you understand here, between this double bond and this oxygen lone pair, there is a resonance, right? But here, this double bond becomes a single bond by resonance, and this single bond is becoming a double bond by resonance. And also, overall, if you see, this is a partial double bond. This is also a partial double bond. But naturally, this was the double bond which is becoming partial double bond. Therefore, it will have more of the double bond character. Understanding? More of the double bond character. And this bond is this is X. This is Y. Y is naturally itself it is a single bond, but during resonance it is becoming double bond and ultimately becoming the partial double bond in hybrid structure. So naturally, as it is single bond, more it will be having towards the single bond character. Understanding this point. Now coming to Z. Z is completely single bond, right? Single bond. So bond order will be, Z will be having the least bond order because it is having 100% single bond character only. Yes or no? So bond order of Z will be least. Then coming to between X and Y, both are partial double bonds only, but X is more of the double bond character, Y is more of the single bond character. So coming to bond order, X will be having higher and Y will be having a lower bond order, right? Both of them will be more than 1 but less than 2. In between 1 and 2, but still this will be closer to 2, this will be closer to 1. So therefore, bond order wise this will be lesser and X will be higher. So Y lesser than X. If this is the bond order, now can we calculate the bond length? Very easy, na? So bond length, it will be Z longer than Y longer than X. So that is what the answer it is. X longer, sorry, Z longer than. Here Z given equal, here Z given equal, head Z greater than Y. Yes, correct up to here, but given equal, so this is also wrong. Z greater than Y greater than X. This is correct. Understanding, na? Very easy question only here. That let's go to the next question. How many of the following reactions products are also formed by Gabriel-Calamite synthesis? That means, first of all, we have to write what are the products here, right? The product of this reaction is PHNH2, because it is a Hoffman bromamide reaction. In all of them, this C double bond will be gone and you will be getting amines. And here you will be getting PH CH2 NH2. Then here comes to CH3 NH2. And here comes CH3 C double bond, right? So this is a CH3 NH CH3. Then coming to CH3 CH2 NHCH3, and then coming to C6H5, sorry, C6H11 NH2, right? And who are the compounds synthesized by Gabriel-Calamite synthesis? That is aliphatic 1 degree amine. So this is aromatic 1 degree amine. So this is not the answer. This is aliphatic and 1 degree amine. So this can be possible, and this is also aliphatic 1 degree amine. This is also possible. Coming to this one, this is a secondary amine, not possible. This is also a secondary amine, not possible. This is also aliphatic 1 degree amine, right? So this is also possible. So second, third and sixth are possible same product to be synthesized by the Gabriel-Calamite synthesis also, right? So little time consuming, but it also can be done comfortably. And this question, even the data also similar. We have to see in the original question how it will be. But if you see, an alkane need 8 moles of oxygen gas for complete combustion into carbon dioxide and water, and such alkane gives only 1 MCP, monochloro product. Then how many primary carbon atoms are present here? First of all, let us write the combustion reaction of alkane, right? So CN H2N plus 2 plus O2 giving rise to NCO2 plus how many water molecules you are getting? 2N plus 2 hydrogen atoms, na? So N plus 1 H2O molecules. So from here 2N oxygens, and from here N plus 1 oxygens. Altogether it is 3N plus 1 oxygen. So it will be 3N plus 1 by 2 O2 molecules. So this is a 3N plus 1 by 2 O2 molecules. Understanding? Now this is what he is saying. This part is what he is saying, 8 moles, right? So therefore 3N plus 1 by 2 is equal to 8. 3N plus 1 is equal to 16. 3N is equal to 15. N is equal to 5. So therefore he is talking about C5H12. This is the compound. And from C5H12, how many isomers are possible? One is a N-pentane. Second is a isopentane. And third is a neopentane. This is having, he is telling only one MCP to be formed, but is it having all the 12 hydrogen atoms of a similar type? No, no. 3 types of hydrogen atoms are there. Therefore, structurally 3 MCPs are formed here. And here 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 types of MCPs will be formed here. Right, as a 4 types of hydrogens are there. But here all 4 methyl hydrogens are same. Therefore, only one type of MCP will be formed here. So, this is the compound he is talking about. And in this neopentane, there are 4 primary carbon atoms. Primary carbon atoms are 4. So, 4 will be the answer. Understanding? Easy question only this one also. Then going to next question, glucose and sodium chloride can be separated by using ethanol by solvent extraction method. So, this is correct only, solvent extraction method, and rose essence oil is distilled out through steam distillation. So, one of it, this is oil only that it can be separated by steam distillation. This is also correct. So, both are correct. Wherever option is there, this one. So, next going to, if excess of silver nitrate is added to 0.05 molar 100 ml volume of aqueous tetra aqua dichlorochromium chloride. Tetra aqua dichlorochromium 3 chloride. First of all, let us write the complex what it is. Chromium, tetra aqua, dichloro 3 chromium chloride. That means in the ionization sphere there is one chloride ion. So, this is a chlorine atom which will come out as chloride ion. Chloride ion. One chloride ion is coming. Understanding the point? So, if it is 1 mole, you will be getting 1 mole Cl minus ion. Understanding the point? Now, what is the remaining question? Let's say then the number of moles of AgCl precipitate formed is some x into 10 to the power of minus 3 is given, and to find what is the value of x. That means overall to say you should find how many moles of AgCl will be precipitated from this solution when silver nitrate is added. First of all, how many moles are present here? 0.05 molar into 0.1 liter. That means 5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 moles are present of this complex. So, how many moles are there? That many moles of chloride will be released, which on addition of AgNO3, that many moles of AgCl also will be formed. So, these many moles of chloride ions complex will give rise to 5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 moles of chloride ion. Therefore, on addition of AgNO3, 5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 moles of AgCl is formed. So, this is what the precipitate formed. So, in this one, what is x? 5. So, 5 is the answer. So, simple point only, right? So, simple question, x is equal to 5 here. So, 5 is the answer. Then going to the next question, consider the following statement. This is the question related to chemical bonding. Chemical bonding, out of some molecules are given SF4, SF6, H2S, SO2 and SO3 molecules. 4 molecules do not follow octet rule. Not following octet rule is the molecules in which the central atom is either having less than octet or having more than octet. That is octet deficient, electron deficient like we can say, or super octet also we can say, that is more than 8 electrons are present on the central atom, right? Suppose if you see in SF4 molecule, it is like with the flow 4 fluorine atoms, right? And Among the 6 valence electrons, 4 are utilized here, means 1 will be present as a lone pair. Right now? So, if you count the number of electrons, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So, total 10 electrons are there here. Then coming to SF6, 6 into 2. 6 into 6 bonds are there into 2 electrons. So, overall it will be 12 electrons. Then coming to H2S. H2S is what it is? Sulfur with 2 hydrogen atoms, single bonds. So, 2 electrons from here, 2 electrons from here, then 2 from here, 2 from here. Perfect 8 electrons are there here. It is following the octet rule. Following the octet rule. Then comes to SO2 molecule. In SO2 molecule, you can see S double bond O, lone pair. So, 2 electrons from here and double bond means 2 electrons. That means total 4 electrons. 2 plus 4, 6 plus 4, 10 electrons are there here. Same is the case with the sulfur trioxide also. S double bond O, double bond O, double bond O. 6 bonds are there, 6 into 2, total 12 electrons are there. So, it is only H2S which is following the octet rule here. Remaining all the molecules are having excess than octet, that is superoctet only. So, therefore, this statement is correct. Then coming to second statement, in H2O, SO2, H2S, only one lone pair is present on the central atom. In SO2, already we have taken, this is a lone pair. One lone pair is there on SO2, but H2O molecule is this one, right? So, therefore, 2 lone pairs are present on the central atom, and coming to H2S also similar to this only, 2 lone pairs are there. So, this statement is wrong actually. In all of them, it is not one lone pair present on the central atom, 2 or 1 lone pairs are there. So, statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is wrong. So, first option itself, you can match it. Then, which of the following can be obtained from Gabriel thalamide synthesis reaction and also give carbylamine reaction? First of all, tell me what are the compounds which will be obtained by, which will be synthesized by Gabriel thalamide synthesis, that is aliphatic primary amine. One more question similar to this also we have discussed a little earlier, right? So, aliphatic 1 degree amine can be synthesized by Gabriel thalamide synthesis. But who will give carbylamine test? Both aliphatic, aromatic 1 degree amines. But what he is telling is the compound should be prepared by Gabriel thalamide and also should be given by carbylamine test. That is nothing but not aromatic but aliphatic primary amine. So, first of all, that is aliphatic primary amine. So, first amine should be there. This is an amine, this is an amine, this is an amine, this is amide. So, you can eliminate this one because this cannot be synthesized by Gabriel thalamide synthesis, right now. And among these, this is aromatic amine, this is also aromatic amine, this is only the compound which is a aliphatic primary amine. So, therefore, this is a compound only can be synthesized by Gabriel thalamide synthesis and this compound also can give carbylamine test. So, when this compound is treated with chloroform and alcoholic KOH, it will be giving the product NC, isocyanide. Cyclohexyl isocyanide, foul smelling compound, right? So, in this manner you can recognize only option 3 is the one which is matching. So, with this I conclude the chemistry part and now I invite our physics faculty Zakir Hussain sir to continue with physics questions. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the opportunity, and let's get started for the physics portion. As we are going to see here, the questions are not difficult, as I have said before. As long as you remember the formula and remember the short notes, believe me, it's gonna be much easier. So let's begin. So the first question we are having right now is regarding the 11th class, which says when a mass of 200 grams is hanging from a ceiling by a spring in equilibrium, the extension of the spring is to be observed as 2 mm. Now, what is very important here is this word called 2 mm, because that is the x value and 0.2 as mass, because we are going to take in the MK system there. Now, once we got these things, we can get something called K. How do we do that? Kx is equals to mg in equilibrium condition. So here we are getting K is equals to mg divided by x. M, which is 0.2, g 10, x value here is given at 2 millimeters, so 2 into 10 to the power minus 3. Now if you cancel these two, you are going to get here 1000. Once you get the k as 1000, then you can go for the angular frequency, which is gonna be omega is equals to square root of k by m. That would be square root of 1000 divided by 0.2. That means you are going to get 10 over here, then 5000 square root, of course. So that is gonna be, I mean, if you solve it, you are going to get 10 root 50. And let's solve the other thing also, which is basically energy stored, which is gonna be half kx square. So half k value here is what we got as 1000, and x value we got is 2 into 10 to the power minus 3 whole square. So that is gonna be cancelled. We would be getting 500, and that would be 4 into 10 to the power minus 6. That is gonna be combined as 20,000. Sorry, my mistake, it's gonna be 2000 10 power minus 6. That means it is gonna be 2 into 10 power minus 3, which is gonna be 2 millijoules. Now either this one or this one, but there is one more thing we have is angular frequency, which is gonna be k divided by omega, and that thing we got here is 1000 divided by 0.2. Once again, 0 cancel, we get 10,000, 5,000, and that is gonna be like this. 100 goes out. Yeah, there is a bit of a correction needed. This is gonna be 50 root 10. Now moving on to the next question. Next question is regarding 12th class. Now what we have here is a square loop of side 2 centimeter. Let's make that square real quick like that, and it's making 30 degree with the magnetic field, which means magnetic field is going like this, and from the plane it's making 30 degree, which means from perpendicular vector it is making 60 degree right over here. So this is gonna be area vector, and that is magnetic field. So first we will calculate something called flux. Flux here is gonna be B dot A. So what we are gonna get is, let's call it in a variable terms, B naught sine omega t into area into the angle between them, which is cos 60. Now once we get phi, then the best next thing is to do is EMF, which is basically gonna be d phi by dt. Look, you can here put a minus sign, but I don't think it's needed because we are calculating magnitude. So just differentiate it. You will be getting minus b naught omega, then cos omega t a into 1 by 2, and then we just simply put the values, get the answer. So EMF, once again, remove the minus sign because we are only concentrating on biggest EMF value we can get. Okay, it doesn't matter whether it is going plus or minus to plus. We need sort of like a magnitude or amplitude here. So it is gonna be b naught, which is 0.4, then omega, that is 300, then area vector, which is gonna be 2 centimeter square into 1 by 2. So let's simplify this thing. This cancel, you get 0.2. These two multiplied, you will be getting 60, and this whole square is gonna give you 4 and 10 to the power minus 4, and that would look like 240 into 10 to the power minus 4, which is going to be written as 24 into 10 to the power minus 3, or should we say 24 millivolt right there. Now let's move on to the next question. The next question is from 11th from thermodynamics. What this question says: 2 moles of an ideal monoatomic gas is mixed with the 6 mole of an ideal diatomic gas at a temperature of 2T are mixed together. Now one thing we need to pay attention is it's going to basically do the mixing like this. One gas is here, another gas is there, then the membrane which is in the middle is kind of like removed, and just like that mixture happened. When these things happen, you need to conserve the internal energy. That means you would be having something like this: u1 plus u2 initially must be equals to u final. Total internal energy must be conserved. So initial one is gonna be n1 cv1, let's call it t1, plus n2 cv2 t2, and that is gonna be N1 CV1 plus N2 CV2 multiplied with the thing we wanted to find, which is T final. So here I'm just going to put the values starting from here. That is gonna be 2, then monatomic gas, that is gonna be 3R/2, then temperature is T plus, next one is gonna be 6 mole, and it's a diatomic, so it is gonna be 5R/2 into temperature, which is 2T, must be equals to, this quantity here is gonna be 2 into 3R/2 plus, we are going to get here 30R/2 common. I mean, basically I'm writing this part here, 6 into 5R/2 into T final. Now let's simplify this thing real quick. First of all, get rid of R because they are definitely gonna be cancelled out. So here we are getting these two cancel, we get only 3 plus these two cancel, you'll get 3 into 5, 15 into 2T. Don't, yeah, we need to be careful about this thing. Right here, we're getting 15 into 2, that is equals to 3 plus 15 T final. So on this side we get 33, on the other side we get 18 T final divided, and you will be getting 11/6 if you divide it with 3. Moving on to the next question. Next question is from 11th class from inclined plane, and this is one of the question you will see a lot if you do the preparation. Now question is very simple. It says the block released from a top surface, one time it is smooth, one time it is rough. It is taking a twice time in case of rough surface, and in case of smooth it obviously take half time. So we are gonna make two condition real quick. Here we are going to get acceleration is equals to g sine theta, and here we are going to get acceleration as g sine theta into mu g cos theta. So here, as you know, if you know the acceleration, you can get the time, and time goes something like this, square root of 2s, whatever distance they are traveling, divided by acceleration, which is g sine theta. And t2 here is going to be square root of 2s divided by g sine theta minus mu g cos theta. Now, if you divide them, you should be getting a ratio of 2, basically T2 by T1. On rough surface, it's taking double time, twice. This is going to be equals to g sine theta. And let me tell you a secret thing. This is a 45 degree. 45 degree meaning whether we take sine theta, cos theta, they are going to be same. So I'm going to pretend both of them are same. So g sine theta, I'm kind of like taking common, and we are getting 1 minus mu. G sine theta cancel. This thing is 2. We get square root of 1 minus mu, and you just need to further solve it. And if you do, you'll get 3/4. Moving on to the next question. Next question we have is from 12th class from the capacitance. It says the spherical charged body of potential 100 volt right there and the capacitance of 100 microfarad are brought in contact with an ideal uncharged identical uncharged sphere. Basically both have same capacitance, one is charged, another is discharged. Now they're asking what is the loss in energy. So loss in energy is what is initial energy, which is gonna be half CV square for the first one, minus how much energy left afterward. So for left afterward, I would be telling you a secret here. Do or try to find final potential, and believe me, this method works every single time. So here we are getting total capacitance is gonna be C plus C, which is basically two of them, multiply with the common potential, which goes something like total charge, which is gonna be CV divided by total capacitance C plus C and whole square. And let me tell you another secret thing. If you solve it, I can directly tell you 50% of energy will be lost, which means we are getting 50% of initial energy. So just like that, we get the formula, then 1/4 C value 100 10 to the power minus 6 into V volt, which is gonna be 100 10 power 2. So this thing is gonna be 25 and we would be getting 25 into 10 to the power minus 4. Now they have asked in terms of millijoule, so basically I want to get this thing as 10 to the power what do you call it? Oh, there is one thing I should be telling you, that there is a whole square right here. So 10 to the power 2 additional 10 to the power 2, that would make 25 into 10 power minus 2. Now if you want to make it millijoule, then you have to do 250 into 10 to the power minus 3. So answer is going to be 250 millijoule. Now moving on to the next question, and probably the last one. So what we have here is, it's sort of like a rare question. What we got as a question from wave optics, basically from the propagation. So how do we do that? First thing you need to understand, it's a propagating vector. It is not speed of light vector. Okay, that's a separate thing. It's basically the k you get into the equations, like omega t minus kx type thing. Now here E, and they're asking basically find the magnetic field. Now listen very carefully. Magnetic field is actually made up of two parts: its direction and its magnitude. Two things at the same time. So let's deal with one at a time. First, about this B cap. Now first thing I want you to pay attention is E cross B gives you this C vector, or should I say propagating vector. This is important that we understand this tiny detail here. This gives that. So if I want to get here B, I have to multiply these two in a reverse order, which means I'm not going to expect as a E cross K, it's going to be K cap cross E cap. That regarding the direction. Now let's deal with the magnitude. Now for magnitude, I would be writing this: E divided by B is equals to speed of light, which means the B here is equals to E divided by C. So we get here E as a magnitude divided by C. Now pay attention. This E cap, this is E magnitude, total is gonna be E vector. So almost got the entire thing of the puzzle except one problem. There is C and we don't have C here. We also don't have here vector, which means we have to get the magnitude of propagating vector, that is gonna be K. So if I multiply K here, then I have to multiply K right there. Now these two combined gives you K vector cross E vector. Now pay attention, CK. Now how do we deal with CK? Simple. We know that omega divided by K is equals to C from the equation. Angular frequency divided by angular wave number gives you speed of light. So, CK is equals to omega, and just like that we finally got the answer. You can get this answer also without solving it. Yeah, without solving it, if you just check the dimension. And with that, our physics portion is done. Now I will welcome maths sir here, Vivek sir, to give an expert advice over the maths and also tells you how to solve lengthy maths question in a very quick way.
Yeah, thank you, Zakir sir. Yeah, first question from the circle. If you can go through the formula, so obviously it will take the more time. Just to concentrate into the diagram, you can easily solve that sum. A circle has a center into the first quadrant, touches the x-axis at a distance of 3 units from the origin, and cutoff intercept of 6 root 3. This one coordinate are there 3, 0. So like that. That means this coordinate is equal to also 3. This is the radius, so we can take 3, r. Now you can see from here we can take the perpendicular. So this length are given 6 root 3. So this is going to become 3 root 3. This length is 3, so this length is also 3. Easily we can find the radius from here. So radius is equal to, we can get 3 whole square, 3 root 3 whole square under root is equal to 6 we can get. That means we can get the center 3, 6 and radius is equal to 6. Once we can get this one, that means we can find the circle equation. Now next, the length of the chord having x minus 1 y, x minus y is equal to be 1. So like that. This chord length we have to be find, means we have to be find the PQ length. This we can get 3, 6. So now from here the perpendicular length we can take. This radius is equal to 3 already given. This radius is equal to 6 given. Given means we have already find here. Radius is equal to be 6. This perpendicular length we can find on that one. So 3 minus 6 minus 1 modulus by root 2. By root 2. So this value is equal to, it will come 4 by root 2. 4 by root 2, that means the 2 root 2. So this length is equal to 2 root 2. So length of the chord is equal to 2 pm we can write, means the 2 under root of 6 whole square minus 2 root 2 whole square, and then we can get the answer of this one. So we can get the answer of this one is equal to 4 root 7. Now we can come to the next sum. So if we can go by this diagram, hardly it will take the 1 minute time to solve this question during the examination. If you can try to use the so many formulas, it will take the more time. Next sum. Ellipse having the eccentricity, this one, equation of the directrix is 2 root 2. Means EH. Ellipse na, take E only. Hai? So 1 by root 3 and directrix is equal to A by E is equal to given 2 root 2. Now we can keep the E value here. So we can find here A value is equal to 2 root 2 by root 3. We can get the A value. By the way, E value is there. So now we can find the B value. So what is the B value? 1 by 3 is equal to 1 minus b square by a square. So a square is equal to, we can get from here 8 by 3. So this you can send 3b square by 8. 3b square by 8 is equal to 1 minus 1 by 3. So we can get 2 by 3 here. So from here b square is equal to, we can get b square is equal to, we can get 16 by 9. Means b is equal to, we can get here 4 by 3. So we can get the b value. Now we can get the a value and the b value. Next we can do hyperbola whose eccentricity is equal to the length of the semi-major axis. So hyperbola E, that length is equal to length of the semi-major axis of this one, means the length is equal to 2 root 2 by root 3. We can find. Another length of the lateral sectum of the hyperbola is equal to the minor axis. Minor axis is the b value only. So from here we can find 2bh by ah value is equal to 2b. Length of the minor axis of 2b we can find, means the 8 by 3. 2b square h by 8 by 3. And we have to be find the value here, this thing. Then we have to be find the value of the 2AE value is equal to what? So we know this one, then we can find the BH whole square is equal to 4 by 3 AH value. Now from here easily we can find the AH value. How we can find this one? Eccentricity is equal to this one. So we can write 8 by 3 is equal to 1 minus BH whole square by AH whole square. 8 by 3 is equal to 1 minus BH whole square is equal to what the value we are getting? 4 by 3 AH, and here we are getting AH whole square. So this and this is going to be cancel. So this value 8 by 3 is equal to 1 minus 4 by 3 AH. Easily from here you can find the AH value. Once you can find the AH value, then you can find the BH value also. So you can get the AH value, BH value, then you can find the A and E. Once you can get, question is asking this thing is only. So this answer is equal to, we can get our second option only. 16 root 6 by 15 is our answer. Yeah. Now we can come to the next sum. Next sum belongs to probability 6 blue ball and 6 green ball is there. Pair of the ball are drawn without replacement until the bag is the empty. Then the probability that the each drawn pair consists the one blue and the one green. Means every time we can draw, so we can get the one blue ball and the one green ball. Means the always it is coming to the pair like that. That means 6C1 into 6C1 total ball, so 12C2. 2 ball gone, left how many? 10 ball. So again from the 10 ball, 5C1 by 10C2. Left 8 ball only, 4C1 by 8C2. 3C1 by 6C2. 2C1 by 4C2. Last only the one ball is there, so that is become the pair only. Now we can calculate this one, then we can get here answer is equal to, from here 16 second option correct, 16 divided by 231. Yeah, this question calculation is there, but the conceptually easy question. Obviously by calculating it will take the 2-3 minute time during the examination. Now we can come to the next sum. Oh, next sum is again belongs to the circle only. This and this circle equation are there. So first of all draw the circle. If you can draw the circle, center is equal to 4 comma minus 3 is there. And one line x minus y is equal to 4. Cut this one at the point P and Q. There is a point M alpha beta on the circle such that MP is equal to MQ. So take here the perpendicular. We can take the perpendicular here. So we can get the 2 point here, alpha comma beta, या alpha comma beta here. From that MP and MQ is going to become equal only. This one. So this line equation we can find very easily. You can see perpendicular, so x minus y. So this slope is equal to 1. So obviously this slope equation is equal to minus 1 we can get. So equation of, give some name here, center name is a C. So equation of CM means this line which is the passing through the center is equal to, we can take here, y plus 3 is equal to minus 1 x minus 4. So y plus 3 is equal to minus x plus 4 we can get. Means x plus y is equal to 1. Means this line equation is x plus y is equal to 1 we can get. now this line is going to intersect with the circle. So intersect with the circle, how many points? 2 points are there. So alpha beta 2 point will come. 2 value of the alpha beta it will come. So now this equation we know y value you can put there. So y value is equal to, we can get 1 minus x. This you can keep here. Once you can keep there means x minus 4 whole square plus in place of y we can keep here 1 minus x means the 4 minus x only. Okay, na? 1 minus x you can keep, so 4 minus x whole square is equal to 9. That means x minus 4 या 4 minus x 2, x minus 4 whole square is equal to 9. So from here we can find easily the x value. X, obviously the 2 value of the x we can get, you can see from here. X minus 4 is equal to plus minus 3 by root 2. So x equal to, we can get the 4 plus minus 3 root 2. So one value of x equal to 4 plus 3 root 2. And then this value we can put into the, here in this line. So what is the y value we can get? Y value is equal to minus 3 root 2. 1 minus x we can take. Again here, another x value I am taking 4 minus 3 root 2. So in this one minus 3 plus 3 root 2 will come. So we can get the two set of the value. Any one of the set of the value we can keep here and then we can get the answer easily. So this answer of this is equal to, we can get 3 root 2. If this is the alpha and this is the beta value you can keep, then final answer we can get 3 root 2. Obviously this question is not much calculative. Now we can see the next part. Yeah, next part is our the analysis part. So what we observe in this one, so many questions came from the multi-concept here. 3-4 question I have seen, where in the limit also they can connect with the quadratic equation. Progression also connect with the quadratic equation. So this session we find so many multiple concept question are there. Quadratic equation must be go through that one. By the way, direct question maybe the chances one question will come, but so many question uses are there. Must be the progression is the important, and circle you can observe where the two question is there. Both the question just using the diagram you can easily solve. As we can find here, ellipse and hyperbola question according to me difficult one because the calculation was so lengthy, calculation is there. Apart from that, most of the question we can find moderate question is there. Obviously every session I am saying matrix and determinant are the important part, again and again coming. Shortest distance already several times came into the examination. So again go through the P by Q, question are coming. Almost the similar model with the data is only going to be changed. So this one ITF question. Here you can see vector also question came, function, type of function, onto function, into function, function. Before that we have seen the question asked from the domain. One time on the paper also they asked the question from the functional equation. Here they ask the question from the type of function like onto, into, this one. But the question is sequence and series, yes, spatial series question came. Once you can observe here, not 1-2 question. As I told you, quadratic equation and geometrical progression, these things are there. Different integration also I am observing every time one question are coming. So that means the different integration is also the easy, must be go through that for the next examination. Complex number is there. So overall we can see paper is the good paper. In this paper if you can cross the 50 marks according to me it will be near to the 99 percentile it will come. Chalo, okay. Ab now chemistry sir is going to become who are going to discuss with you. Yes.
Hello dear students.
This is Venkat sir, your chemistry mentor. Now I will continue the remaining questions along with analysis. Yeah, next chemistry question is compound A with the freshly prepared FeSO4 solution in the presence of H2SO4 gives brown ring. So which compounds will give brown ring complex? NO2 minus or NO3 minus with the freshly prepared solution and constant H2SO4 gives brown ring. So first maybe NaNO2 or NaNO3, both are fine. Next to the complex brown ring complex formula is A, it is right. It's also right. It's also right. Also right. Next to brown ring complex formula Fe H2O taken 5 NO SO4, right? It is minus 2. It is plus 2. So the complex will be Fe H2O taken 5 NO plus 2 SO4 minus 2 NO plus 2. It is right. So option 1. This is a basic level question from NCERT. If you go to next one, 18 grams of glucose in 100 ml and 20 grams of glucose in 40 ml. This is from colligative properties, osmotic pressure. Colligative properties, osmotic pressure. If you observe, most of the papers they are giving osmotic pressure. Solutions and colligative properties topic, osmotic pressure. Earlier also they gave in this session 2. Now first of all calculate its concentration and its concentration. So what is C1? Concentration C1 is 18 grams of glucose. Concentration is given weight divided by gram molecular weight of glucose 180 into 1000 by volume of solution in ml 100. So it is equals to, it is 10 times cancelled, it is 1. Right now? Next to C2 is 20 grams of glucose. Given weight 20, gram molecular weight is glucose 180 into 1000 by volume is 40 ml. So 20 twos are 40. Now here if you calculate 0, 100 by 36. Right? So which is more? It is 1, it is 100 by 36. C1 and C2 calculation done. It is 1, it is 100 by 36 means more than 1. C1 less than C2. Concentration is less, osmotic pressure also less. Phi 1 less than Phi 2. C1 less means it is dilute solution. C2 means it is concentrated solution. Right? Now, what is osmosis? Flow of solvent. Don't confuse in this case. Solution, concentrated, dilute means dilute solution more solvent, concentrated solution less solvent. Flow of solvent occurs from dilute solution to concentrated solution through SPM. Only solvent particles allowed through SPM, right? So 1 to 2. What they gave here? Glucose solution moves from vessel 2 to vessel 1. Not the glucose solution. Typing also problem actually here. Only solvent particles. Only solvent particles flows from 1 to 2 is correct. But here they gave 2 to 1 and glucose solution also they gave. So this is wrong. Only solvent particles are allowed. Glucose solution, for example, aqueous solution, water is allowed through SPM, not the glucose particles, only solvent particles, and that is also from 1 to 2. But they gave 2 to 1, so it is wrong. Next, osmotic pressure of vessel 2 is greater than vessel 1. Correct. C1 less than C2, Phi 1 less than Phi 2, because Phi equal to CRT. So more C value, more Phi value. So pi 1 less than pi 2, osmotic pressure of vessel 2 is greater than vessel 1. It is correct, it is incorrect. So statement 1 is incorrect, 2 is correct. So option 4, right? Next, the concentration of Ax by By is C molar and its dissociation constant is K. Find degree of dissociation. This is from ionic equilibrium and solubility product. This model questions given in the previous JEE also. Solubility based questions. KSP, solubility and solubility product. Here if you take AX by, see this, how to solve, how to attempt this type of questions. X particles of A, Y particles of B, X particles of A and Y particles of B. Next, charge will be crisscross. This Y here, this X is here. I am taking this is cation, this is anion. Next, if you take it is 1 mole, it will be 0, 0 is 1 minus alpha, it will be alpha, sorry, X moles, X alpha, it is Y moles, Y alpha, right? Next, given concentration is C given, 1 molar, 100. C is taken, C into 1 minus alpha, Cx alpha, Cy alpha. Then dissociation constant given as K. Find degree of dissociation alpha. Then K equals to concentration of product C into X into alpha. Coefficient is X, so power X. C into Y into alpha, coefficient is Y. C into alpha into Y, whole power Y divided by reactant is C into 1 minus alpha, coefficient is 1, C into 1 minus alpha, right? Upon simplification, C power X to C power Y, C power X plus Y, X power X to Y power Y, X power X into Y power Y. Next, alpha power X to alpha power Y, alpha power X plus Y by C into 1 minus alpha. They gave alpha is negligible comparison to 1. So 1 minus alpha is almost equals to 1. Okay. Next, what they asked here, alpha value to be calculated, it is K. Simplify this. Next, alpha power X plus Y will be alpha power X plus Y is K by, yes, if C value also taken to numerator, X plus Y minus 1. So, C power X plus Y minus 1 into X power X, Y power Y. X power X into Y power Y. So, alpha will be X power, sorry, alpha power X plus Y this side, and it will be K divided by C power X plus Y minus 1 into X power X, Y power Y, whole power 1 by X plus Y. Earlier also they gave AX by model question in the JEE mains. So same question here. Now check where is this. Alpha equal to K divided by C power X plus Y minus 1, X power X, Y power Y, power 1 by X plus Y. Option 1 is one of the good question in this paper. Next, choose the correct option. Ionization of chromium and manganese. This is from D and D block elements. In the D block elements, ionization enthalpy topic. Ionization enthalpy, IP values. Check this. Here, ionization enthalpy of chromium is greater than ionization enthalpy 1 of manganese. If you check this, first of all, write the chromium electronic configuration. Chromium 4s1, 3d5. If one electron removed, chromium plus 1, and it is 3d5. Next, if we come to manganese, it is there in NCRT. Clearly, they mentioned in this NCRT. Value is also given. So, if loss of one electron from fourth orbit or third orbit, fourth orbit, outer orbit, not outer orbital, appearing is different. Outer orbit 1, 2, 3, 4. So, one electron removed, it is Mn plus 1, it is 4s1 3d 5. Here it is attaining stable configuration, but it is not much stable like this. So I1 of chromium is not more than I1 of manganese. So first one is wrong. But if you take one more electron, chromium plus 2, then it is 3d4. 3d4 configuration. Here see this, it is highly stable, it is not much stable. So year to year it requires more energy. But here one more electron to be removed, then it is I2 again, it is I1, it is I2, here also it is I1, it is I2, Mn plus 2, then it is 3d5. So if you check here IP2 and IP2 values for chromium and manganese, it is highly stable to less stable, moderate stable to highly stable, it occurs easily, it does not occur easily. So I2 of chromium is greater than I2 of manganese from NCRT, right? Next one, for the reaction C4H8, equilibrium 2 moles of C2H4, 75% dissociate. It is also from equilibrium. Earlier question is from ionic equilibrium. This is from chemical equilibrium. It appears to be lengthy calculation. Such questions you better to skip in the final examination. It takes 5 minutes also, more than 5 minutes it appears. So chemical equilibrium, and it is related to delta G naught. Standard gives free energy, and spontaneity concept delta G. Standard gives energy or gives free energy, right? Now in this what they give, C4H8 equilibrium 2 moles of C2H4. So it is A equilibrium 2B model. C4H8 equilibrium 2 moles of C2H4. Upon it is gaseous, it is also gaseous. Then alpha value is 75% and total pressure at equilibrium is atmosphere. It is 1 atmosphere. 1 atmosphere at 298 Kelvin. Find the magnitude of delta G naught. Generally delta G naught is negative. So magnitude you can take. It is 1 mole. It is 0. It is 1 minus alpha. It will be 2 alpha. If pressure is, if you take under standard conditions, P naught, it is also P naught into, it is 2 alpha into P naught. Next, if you substitute, first of all, delta G naught required means delta G naught is minus RT into ln Kp to the base E. If we convert into the base 10, because here it is given log to the base 10. Observe it. They gave ln to the base here, log to the base 10. Here log to the base 10 given. So upon further writing, log to the base E into log to the base 10. 2.303 RT log Kp to the base 10, right? So to calculate delta G naught here, R value required, T value required, Kp also required. R is universal gas constant, T is temperature in Kelvin scale, Kp required. So from this Kp required, Kp will be concentration of product divided by concentration of reactant, as well as Kc is concentration, Kp is partial pressure, right? So partial pressure of C2H4 whole power 2 divided by partial pressure of C4H8. Power 1 is power 2. Upon substitution, we will get Kp value. Then here delta G naught will be minus 2.303 into R value. They asked in kilojoules. So R value 8.314 into 10 power minus 3 kilojoule temperature. Temperature 298 Kelvin given. Be careful. It is a memory based question. So we are taking 8.314, but sometimes in the examination paper 8.3 they are giving, 8.31 they are giving. Always we need to take the given value only. These are memory based, so whatever we receive we are using. So for exact calculation, in case of numericals, we need to be careful, compulsory. You need to take exact given values, constant values also. We cannot follow our own data or NCERT data. If not given, NCERT data. If given, compulsory that must be followed. 8.314 into 10 power minus 3, temperature 298 into log Kp value to the base 10. Here Kp value 2 alpha into P naught whole power 2 divided by P naught into 1 minus alpha whole square. Upon calculation nearly 5 you are getting. Here if you substitute, 5, then nearest value is minus 4 kilojoules. So magnitude answer is 4. Okay. Next, consider the statements respect to the following. Ether with HI. This is from alcohols, ethers and phenols, 12th class organic chemistry. It is HI reaction. Now see this here, lone pair present in the given compound, plus M group also. Here oxygen, CH2 and here phenyl ring. If you take which side cleavage occurs, 1 mole of H plus added in the first step HI, first step H plus. Important topic, very easy one and important. It is important for all competitive examinations. So here OH, here positive charge CH2 and pH, right? Next the question is which side cleavage occurs. If this side cleavage does not occur because of partial double bond character, lone pair single bond double bond, so cleavage occurs here only, and here I minus nucleophile, here it becomes phenol plus CH2 plus I minus attacks here I, CH2 and pH. So here we are getting phenol and benzyl iodide. Now what they gave? Statement 1, cleavage of OCH2 occurs. Right or wrong? OCH2 cleavage occurs. So statement 1 is correct. Right? Next one is iodobenzene and benzyl alcohol. It is not iodobenzene. It is phenol and benzyl iodide. So these two products are not correct. So statement 2 is incorrect. So 1 is true, 1 is correct, 2 is incorrect, right? This is one of the important one. Next one. Yeah, these are the questions, students. Based on the memory of the students, we received only these. I hope everybody done well. Overall, chemistry paper appears to be easier in this shift compared to morning also. In the morning paper, some more lengthy calculations are there, but in this paper, very few calculation part is there. But overall, if you compare to previous shifts and January session also, this paper, exclusive this paper appears to be easy. Now here, if you come to analysis, overall, 1, yeah, if you come to this atomic structure, first 11th class, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 questions out of 21. 10 questions are from 11th class and 11 questions are from 12th class. We received around 21 questions only we received from our students. Next in this 1 and Yeah, one only difficult calculation part is there, little. Next to remaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 moderate questions are there. Remaining are easy. If we come to atomic structure, energy calculation based they gave de Broglie's concept. Sorry, energy calculation in the electron volts given 54.4 electron volts given. It's the easiest calculation. Next, if we come to chemical bonding, bond parameters. Next, next also chemical bonding. Here, octet rule, basic level question. Which compounds are octet? SO2, SO3, H2S and given, and VSE PR theory related also they gave some questions. Next, chemical equilibrium KP calculation. Just now we did it, na? So it appears to be little calculation part. Next, GOC applications of electronic effects bond length. 3 different bonds given. One is C double bond O, and the remaining is, ester is given. So in the dashed bond length. Next, hydrocarbon. This is the easiest part. Hydrocarbon plus monochlorination. Alkyl halide plus hydrocarbon combination. Next, ionic equilibrium, solubility and soluble product. Many times they gave this question, these models in the previous JEE mains and advanced also. One of the most important part in the ionic equilibrium is solubility. Generally, we are not doing, many students not focusing much on that, but it's important. Next, organic chemistry, some basic techniques. Separation methods, it is a theory part only given, direct question. Next, periodic properties. Next, thermodynamics, work done formulas they asked in different processes. Work done the reversible process, irreversible process, isothermal, adiabatic, etc. Direct formula only given here. Next, alcohol, phenol, ether with HI. This is also easiest question almost. So in this cleavage of ether with HI, cleavage of ether with H2 also there, right? In NCERT they mentioned clearly. Most important thing, you can solve easily this one also. Next, biomolecules, conversions given, it may take little time, but step by step, 3 to 4 steps given in this question. Next, chemical kinetics, here activation energy. In this time they are gave, I think second or third time, activation energy EA, K equal to A into EA, K equal to A into E power minus A by RT, right? This one also we can calculate, not too lengthy, calculation part is there but not too lengthy here, direct comparison with the given equation. Next, to coordination compounds, 2 questions are there, one is hybridization, one is Werner's theory. Both are in the NCERT level only. Coordination, hybridization is given. In coordination chemistry, hybridization given direct from NCERT. Nickel complex is given, right? Next, to Werner's theory also. Basic Werner's numericals. Next, if you come to D and A block elements here, ionization enthalpy taken from NCERT, direct NCERT, memory based, and application also we can solve I1 and I2. Next, nitrogen containing compounds, here Gabriel thalamide synthesis. Earlier also given named reactions plays most important role in solving the questions in the JEE mains and advanced also. And even for state level entrance examination, named reactions compulsory. Next, again Gabriel thalamide synthesis application. Here, practical inorganic chemistry, brown ring complex. Next, solutions and colligator properties, osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure also they gave. On and average, if you see, easy and moderate, but overall paper is almost easy. Very few are moderate questions. Lengthy calculations, 1 or 2 are there, but no need to worry about the lengthy calculations. I hope everybody done well. Thank you. Next, Peak sir will continue. Hello, Shri
Thanks, sir. So, good evening all. So, without wasting the time, first we will discuss the question and then we will do the analysis. Okay. So, overall the paper is like same only, right? Paper with respect to the first shift today, okay, morning shift today, this paper was again moving towards the easy part, okay, easy side, because in the morning time we saw that okay, some calculative questions were there, but here there are again less calculations. Anyhow, so match the following quantities with the dimensions. So here This is the unit and dimension question where we are just doing the dimension. So in the dimension, like unit and dimension chapter, but over here we have to remember that okay, this is belonging to other chapters also, because Planck's constant, Boltzmann constant, then Stephen's constant and gravitation constant. Okay, so anyhow, so Boltzmann constant, okay, we know that okay, energy equal to what? 3 by 2 kT. K is the Boltzmann constant. So from here it will come on this side, so Kelvin inverse. So Boltzmann constant P will be having, sorry, A will be having R, right? Kelvin inverse. Now Stephen constant, it is sigma EA T to the power 4, energy radiated per second equal to sigma EA T to the power 4, right? Energy radiated per second, power. So from here we are understanding one thing, that Kelvin to the power minus 4 will come. So from here again, anyhow, A is having R. So A is having R. This is the only option. Okay. To check more, you can go for Planck's constant, energy equal to h nu. Okay. Stephen's constant, T to the power minus 4. So C is S. So C is S. So like this you can check. Okay. But not needed to be checked all the options. Only this option was sufficient. Okay. Moving to the next question. Like here, this is a logic gate. So again, modern physics, semiconductor and devices, and from their semiconductor, this is a based on logic gate. So here we can solve it in two ways. Like they are saying that okay, input are this and this, so for that what will be the output. So I can solve it in such a way that okay, here I'll take first input at 1, then for 1 and 1 what is the output coming. Second method, that okay, I'll take it here, A bar will come, right? Here also A bar will come. Here B will come, here also B will come. Now coming on this side, A bar plus B will come. A bar into B is going to come. Okay. And here output A bar plus B plus A bar into B whole bar, because this is again a NOR gate, right? So NOT gate, then OR gate, AND gate and NOR gate. Now as output is A bar plus B plus A bar into B whole bar. So for input as 1, 1, okay. When we are taking input as 1, 1, in that case, let's check. Output is coming 1 bar 0 plus 1 plus 0 into 1. So it is coming 1 bar, that is 0. Okay. So among these options, this can be there, this can be there. Now when input is 0, 1, in that case output. So 0 bar, that is 1 plus 1 plus A bar, that is 1 into 1. Okay, right? Because A bar is 0 bar, that is 1. So this will be giving us 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1, that is 1 bar, that is 0. So like this also we can go 0, 0. Okay. Or you can, if you are not good in like logical operators, then you can go okay, here 0, here 0, like this you can move. Okay, in that case also you will get the answer easily. So whatever method you like, you can go with that one. Moving to the next question. For a concave mirror of focal length 10 cm, magnification is 2 for 2 positions of object. Find distance between these 2 positions. So obviously we can understand that okay, in case of concave mirror, magnification is 2, means object size is greater than that image, image size is greater than object size. So one position will be like this and other side it will be the on the other side also, right? So in this case magnification is coming plus minus 2, right? One on this side or other is on that side. Now V by U minus V by U equal to plus minus 2 means V by U equal to plus minus 2, right? V minus V by U for mirror is equal to plus minus 2 means V by U equal to plus minus 2. Now V equal to plus minus 2U. Now 1 by V plus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F. 1 by plus minus 2U plus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F. Focal length is given here 10 centimeter. Okay, so minus 10. Why? Because this is a concave mirror, so focal length is on this side, so we are taking minus 10. So from here, when I am taking the both of them positive, so 3 by 2U is equal to 1 by 10, so U equal to, with minus sign, so U equal to minus 15. And also 1 by 2U, when I am taking the negative one, so 1 by 2U is equal to 1 by 10, so U equal to minus 5, minus 1 by 10. So from here, two positions of object are there, one is minus 15, other is minus 5. So gap between the two positions will be what? Obviously 10. So gap is 10. So this question belongs to geometrical optics. In that also the topic is spherical mirrors. Okay. So gap will be 10. Anyhow, moving to the next question. A block of mass 1 kg is moving with a velocity this, v equal to 2x square. If the block goes from x equal to 0 to x equal to 5, find the work done by the block. So this is again easy question. Moving towards the moderate. So this question belongs to what power? Energy. Okay. So here work done equal to what? Or what theorem also we can do? Delta K, change in kinetic energy. Okay. So change in kinetic energy half m v2 square minus half m v1 square. Half m, what is the mass? Mass is 1 kg. v2 square, so over here v2 2x square, so x2 square minus 2 x1 square whole square, so 4, so it will come 2 after cancelling, 2 square will come common, 4. So x2, so x2 is 5, so 5 to the power 4 minus 0, so 5 to the 10, 125, 0. So this is the answer. Okay. Now moving to the next question. Graph between the weight of B block, means there is only block, so graph between the block weight and the extension in the wire is given. The cross section area of the wire is given and length is given. Find the Young's modulus. So obviously this question belongs to elasticity, means properties of matter. Okay. So here we know that weight means force per unit cross section area is equal to Young's modulus into delta L upon L. Okay. So force, when the force is 10 Newton by area is 10 to the power minus 5, Young's modulus into delta L. So delta L is again 10 millimeter, 10 into 10 to the power minus 3 by length. What is the length? 1 meter, right? So 10 to the power minus 8, it will go on that side, so y equal to 10 to the power 8. So this is the value Newton per meter square. 10 raised to the power 8, third option is the correct one. Okay. So this was just a basic question. Okay. Now moving to the next question. The diagram showed below, this diagram having a hole made in completely filled cylinder 50 centimeter below the top, the range covered by leaking water. This what is the range from here? The cylinder height is 1 meter. Okay. So this question belongs to the fluid mechanics chapter, and over here it is having velocity of efflux or range of efflux topic. Okay. So we know that the velocity with which the efflux will be coming out is under root 2gh, right? So v equal to under root 2gh and range equal to, so we can make it, first let's calculate 2 into g, I am taking 10 into height, so height is 1 by 2, so under root 10. Now range equal to v into under root, in case of projectile projected horizontally, it takes range equal to velocity v into under root 2h upon g. So v is how much? Under root 10 into under root 2 height. What is the height given? So height from here, because it will cover this distance, so this is 1.5 meter. So obviously 1.5 upon G. G is again 10. So under root 3. So under root 3 meter, that is the correct answer. Okay. Now magnetic field at the middle of two parallel wire carrying current of 20 ampere and 10 ampere. There are two wires carrying a current of 20 ampere and 10 ampere in the opposite direction. Okay. Then at the middle, exactly at the middle point, what will be the magnetic field over here? Okay. We have to find that thing. So obviously this is like magnetic field chapter. Magnetic and topic is magnetic field due to current carrying wire. Okay, and that is the infinite wire. So we know that magnetic field B is equal to mu naught I by 2 pi D due to the infinite wire, right? Now over here, this is 4 centimeter and this is also 4 centimeter. Due to this one, with the right hand thumb rule, we can say that okay, current magnetic field will be going in, and due to this one, magnetic field again be going in. So this will get added. Okay, clear? So B net mu naught I1 plus by 2 pi D, because D is same, plus mu naught I2 by 2 pi D. Mu naught by 2 pi D I1 plus I2. Mu naught by 2 pi can be written as 2 into 10 to the power minus 7, right? Mu naught by 4 pi is 10 to the power minus 7. So mu naught by 2 pi will be 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 upon D. So D is the gap, that is 4 centimeter. So 4 into 10 raised to the power minus 2 into I1 plus I2. So I1 plus I2 will be 30, right? 30 ampere. So from here, this will be 2. So it can be written as 300 upon 2 into 10 to the power minus 6 Tesla. Now it is given in micro, so obviously 150 micro Tesla. So answer will be 150 here. Okay. So it was also easy, no hi-fi things. Now coming to the analysis part. So let's do the analysis, guys. So first thing, that paper was again easy. We will not say that okay, it was moderate or tough. We can say hardly the few questions were there which was moving from easy to moderate, right? Like if we check that how many questions were easy and how many questions were moderate, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So out of 21 question, we are keeping 13 question according to the student in easy level. Apart from that, all these questions which we have marked as moderate, that also is being marked as moderate because some of them were having some good calculation. That's why we kept it moderate. So with respect to easy, they are moderate, otherwise those questions are really very easy. Apart from that, one more thing is there, that for example Boltzmann constant and all. So as it was a unit dimension question, it was very easy, but still we kept it in moderate one because Boltzmann constant and all generally they don't ask, or they didn't ask in most of the questions. That's why we are taking like that. Okay, generally they are asking like okay, what is the mu naught, epsilon naught, okay, like these things they are asking. But as they ask Boltzmann constant, Stephen constant, that's why we kept it like a moderate. Otherwise they were also easy because unit and dimension and all. So anyhow, so if you check, we have kept that in the means tough part, dimensional formula. See, moderate, but actually it was easy only. Okay. So we have differentiated easy and moderate with respect to the student, that okay, I have practiced this thing, but they didn't ask this thing and they asked something else from where they generally don't used to ask. That's why it became moderate. Otherwise overall paper was easy or easy moving towards the moderate. So here from 11th, they asked nearly 11 question, class 11, and till now out of 25, we have got nearly 10 questions which are from class 12. So obviously the weightage of class 11th, they are increasing day by day. Obviously in rest of the 4 questions, there are huge chance that okay, they might be from class 12, all of them can be from class 12. Okay, but anyhow the weightage of class 11th, again if they are asking 11 question or 12 questions, that is also good. So here 11th was having these many questions. Apart from that, like questions, so LLM Generally, we have seen different type of question from NLM, but pulley mass system, okay, they are not asking, but this time they asked a pulley mass system equation of motion basic question, okay. So this was easy only, but pulley mass system generally we don't remember it or all because they don't ask the question generally from here. So this was one basic question. Error percentage, this is repeated, okay, every time we are saying, like in the morning shift also we saw that, okay, error questions are being asked, and all the time we are saying that, okay, go through the error, because they will definitely be asking that question. So this was the repetition. We all had the idea. This was out of the box because it was, but as it was very easy, so it was just like a bonus for everyone, okay. Now RBD, rigid body, no need to do any discussion on it because everyone knows that, okay, definitely they are going to ask a question from here. In every sitting, in both the session, they ask the question from RBD in almost every sitting. So this was, and rolling motion, that also. In RBD also, most of the time they are asking rolling motion. Means moment of inertia, nowadays they are just shifting from there. Generally they used to ask moment of inertia also lots of time, but they are shifting from there. Now center of mass. So center of mass, very rare questions they are asking, but they are asking, okay, like velocity of center of mass or axis of center of mass, but they asked, okay. Last, like in first session they have asked more, but this time they asked less from center of mass, but they have asked. Now SHM obviously they are asking again and again. So we were already aware of this question that, okay, SHM, so definitely they will ask a question. Here spring mass system, just a basic frequency they ask from the formula, from under root 2 pi under root m by k time period formula. From there we can find the frequency easily. Okay, now thermodynamics. Thermodynamics, based on first law of thermodynamics, they asked a very basic question, which was not very like complicated and all. We labeled it as a easy also. Okay. Friction again, it was a very basic. Obviously bit calculations were there, okay, but we have done this lots of time in lots of book. We have seen this question, okay. Means in any good level of book we will not find this question. In a basic level of book we are finding these questions that, okay, what will be the time to fall through the same slide if the friction is present, okay. Now unit and dimension, so no need to discuss it. We knew that, okay, definitely this will be repeated at all, okay, continuously they are repeating. So be ready for that one. Those students who are going to give this exam in the next last one more like sitting is there on 8th. So on 8th of April, if you are going to give the exam, please go through this chapter. Unit dimension you will definitely have to do. Then errors definitely you will have to do. RBD definitely you will have to do. STM definitely you will have to do. Obviously these can be the variations, okay. Now work power energy, definitely, okay, definitely one question they are giving, but lots of time they are giving, like in the morning shift they gave the work energy theorem. Here also work energy theorem you can say, or directly changing kinetic energy we can find and we can get the answer, okay. So this is also not new, it is being repeated. Elasticity and fluid mechanics. So elasticity is nowadays they have become a very favorite part for NTA. Like in elasticity, lots of time they are asking the question from here. Now fluid mechanics, velocity of flux, okay, they asked it. Sometimes they are asking, sometimes they are not, okay. So there can be a variation. Definitely fluid mechanics question will expect again, but sometimes they will ask you a buoyancy force or Archimedes principle also. Now geometrical optics, this is must do chapter for you all, because definitely they are going to ask a question from this topic or this chapter again, okay. So anyhow, the geometrical optics prism question was there, and one more geometrical optics you can see, a spherical mirror, what I just now discussed, okay, on magnification. So geometrical optics is one of the most important chapter for us to revise. Electrostatics, so nothing to get surprised here. Electric potential and electrostatic, here also capacitance, it is also a part of electrostat. So here they asked, so either they are asking more question from current, like current electricity is not here. So in the morning shift we saw that, okay, current electricity, when they are skipping current electricity they are giving from electrostatics, okay. Now nuclear physics binding energy, this is also becoming a favorite part for them. Like we saw that, okay, in the morning shift also they gave, previously also they have given binding energy, and in that case some calculations might be required, because in this shift the calculation was not there, but in the morning shift we saw that, okay, lots of calculation like mass of proton, mass of hydrogen, all things they gave, and we needed to calculate the whole value, okay, which was very lengthy to calculate, okay. So be ready for that thing. Nuclear physics we can definitely expect in the next sitting also that nuclear physics question will be there, and probably from binding energy again it can be there, okay. Now wave optics, YDSE. Okay, so this is sometime they are giving, sometime they are ignoring it also. EMI. Now this is very important. EMI, most of the time Faraday's law in the morning shift also we saw, yesterday also we saw that okay, Faraday laws, they are giving the question from here, so be ready for that thing. Okay, Faraday law means there is a huge chance that they will give a question, means again 2 sittings are there, okay, on 8th, morning shift and evening shift. Definitely they will, you will get some question either in the morning or evening or in both. Okay, so be ready for that thing. And now capacitance we discuss. EM waves, electromagnetic waves, that is must do chapter. Like in every sitting you will get one question, sometime in the equation, sometime on electric field and magnetic field relation between them. This time it was easy, but sometimes they will give you a question on like equation of electric field and magnetic field finding. So this is important. This is anyhow important. Even before the mains also, whenever we used to learn things, and our teacher always said that okay, do EM waves, this is the very important chapter. Semiconductor, no need to discuss about it. Semiconductor, at any cost they will be asking a question from here. Okay, so semiconductor or modern physics, they will be asking, like we have seen that okay, modern physics, they have asked sometime that okay, electron is jumping from one orbit to another orbit, sometime based on like photoelectric effect and all. So this time the number of questions has been decreased from modern physics, like as they used to ask 4 or 5 questions, right now we are getting 2 or 3 questions, but might be in these 4 leftover question we may get those questions. Okay, because sometimes students find difficult to memorize those questions from this chapter because they are not practicing this chapter again and again. Okay, so as these are memory based questions, so this can be the thing. And lastly EMF. So obviously magnetic field, it is there all the time, either electromagnetic field or electromagnetic induction questions are there. Definitely 100% question will be there from these 2 chapters or any one of the chapter, definitely it is going to come. So overall the paper was easy or moving towards the moderate, but we can't say that okay, paper was tough or moderate. Okay, so anyhow that's up to here. We will again meet tomorrow with the morning shift paper discussion. By that time, just take care, and those who are going to give the exam on 8th April, best of luck for them. By that time, have a good night.